97.5 KLAK.
And online at 975klak.com.
Kiss him goodbye to the 30, to the 25-20, 15-10. It is touchdown time in Texas. Two-step drop on the blitz. It's intercepted. Jacob Ziegler picks it off and goes down to the 26-yard line. Uncle. A tremendous play by Cameron Mazer, who hauled it in one-handed with his left hand, tipped it up.
McKinney ISD football is on 97.5 KLAK.
Lee throws down the field for Lipka into the end zone, and it is touchdown time in Texas for McKinney.
McKinney ISD football brought to you by American Bank, Texas Star Bank, Pat Loeb Toyota, North Texas Orthodontics Associates, McKinney Gym Equipment, and JBS Express. Now get ready because it's touchdown time in Texas.
On 97.5 KLAK.
Here's the voice of McKinney ISD football, Monty Walker.
District 9-4A is in full swing. Yes, I said District. There is no D in District 9-4A. None of the 8 teams in the district qualify for the area top 25 in defense. That means we could see another shootout tonight here in McKinney at Ron Poe Stadium. Good evening, everyone. Welcome to Ron Poe Stadium. Monty Walker along with Brandon Helms and Kevin McPherson and Jonathan Leidy. And also with us tonight, Michael Parker will be doing our spotting tonight. It is McKinney North and Frisco Liberty, a new school in Frisco, a new program, and it is their first year to play football as a varsity program. This isn't like a normal first-year varsity program. They went 9-1 on JV last year, and they are very athletic, Brandon.
Yeah, you bet. They're undefeated at this point in the district schedule, and anytime you can say that 2 games in, you've got a good chance to make the playoffs with the expanded playoff format that they have. You'll have to forgive us. We don't know a whole lot about this team. We haven't seen them before. Yeah, we don't know exactly. We can tell you exactly what McKinney North is, what they do. We've seen them play for years now. That said, we can look at the stat sheet all day long, but we'll finally get our chance to see the first-year school.
Well, Frisco Liberty is 3-2 on this season. They are 1-1 in district, having beaten Big Brother last week, Frisco, and everyone has to remember what McKinney North felt like the first time they beat their big brother McKinney. So these kids from Frisco Liberty have to be reeling a little bit coming off that win last week.
Yeah, the difference is they didn't lose to Big Brother for a couple of years first, so I kind of sticks more in Frisco's crawl than it does Liberty.
What we do know about Frisco Liberty is their head coach, Joe McBride, and if you're a big fan of Hebron football, you'll know about Joe McBride. He was the defensive coordinator over there under Brian Brazel for 6 years. And he was there for the first 6 years of the program. He's a Louisville hometown guy. He went to Texas Tech, played under Spike Dykes from 1985 to 1999. He coached 2 years at Angelo State, 2 years at San Angelo Central, 3 years at Magnolia, 1 year at Stephen F. Austin, 6 years at Hebron, and now his 3rd year here at Frisco Liberty. But, again, it's the first year of varsity. So He's had some time to prepare this particular team for this particular season.
Yeah, we're still uncertain just how much effect and how much hand he had in last year's JV squad. But as you said, Monty, I don't care what level you're playing at, a 9-1 record's not anything to sneeze at.
Unlike McKinney Boyd, who had no seniors when they started.
Yep.
And McKinney North, when they started as a program, had no seniors their first year. This Frisco Liberty team will start 6 seniors on offense tonight, and they will also bring in 5 seniors on defense. So it's a heavy senior-laden team, and they're very experienced as far as football goes, just not varsity football, but they seem to be doing pretty well under the lights.
Yeah, and that's one reason why at the beginning I said we don't know this team so well. Normally you can predict where a first-year squad is, junior, sophomore, maybe a freshman sprinkled here and there, but as you said, they are a very senior-laden team, and you wonder what kind of effect that's had, because obviously 3 wins, I don't care if it's the end of the season for a first-year program, that's pretty impressive.
Yeah, it is. And McKinney North, on the other hand, 1-4. Now, it wasn't too long ago that McKinney North was considered a powerhouse around these parts, as evidenced by Grant Gibson from McKinney Boyd. When I talked to him in a senior spotlight a few weeks ago, he talked about McKinney North and talked about how when he was growing up we got to remember this kid's 16, 17 years old. He said when he was growing up, McKinney North was a powerhouse. Well, that was just a few years ago. And yes, indeed, a few years ago they were a powerhouse. Not so much anymore. The offense is gone. They've lost 2 offensive coordinators 2 years in a row. And here they are with their third offensive coordinator, Mike Fetchie. And he says no more of the run and gun offense. You know, we don't really have the kids to run that type of offense, so we're going to line it up at I formation, 2 tight set, maybe not 2 tight this week, maybe a slot, but it's a completely different looking McKinney North team than what you were used to a couple of years ago.
And you can look at the stats on this offense all day long. You know they can score points, so obviously the coaches have a knack for making it work for them. Now what we just need some defense to go along with it.
Yeah, and if you look at the leading, or actually third in the area in rushing is Josh Matthews from McKinney North. Over 1,000 yards already. They just went to this I formation style of offense just not too long ago, but he's showing it's doing pretty good as he has 1,000 yards and 14 touchdowns. Here we are in the 6th week. In comparison, Brett Helt from McKinney has 757, and we know what kind of runner he is. So the offense, as you can see, 14 touchdowns from Matthews. They can put it in the end zone. Now, are they a quick strike offense like they once were? No, but they have the ability to grind the clock and score touchdowns.
Just a different style of offense. I mean, it depends on what you like, but as far as the results go, one gets one type, one gets the other, but in the end, the score is pretty much the same.
Last week, McKinney North was defeated by Sherman in another one of those shootouts, and Sherman actually won 63-24. The 63 points that McKinney North gave up to Sherman was the second most in school history. They had given up 64 to Denison back in 2003. That was the Corey Robertson era, and that game was at Munson Stadium. So the 2 biggest defensive lapses, I guess, in school history have been up north. Both one at Munson Stadium, one at Bearcat Stadium in Sherman. And both of them now in District 9 4A, which doesn't make McKinney North real happy.
No, I can imagine not. And by the way, Sherman did play some good football.
Yeah, and that's going to be an interesting matchup week 10, the old Battle of the Axe. We'll see how that turns out.
Probably some homer calls coming from him,
yeah,
both sides.
I'm sure we'll have some homer calls next week as well, as we have McKinney North and McKinney right here on 97.5 KLAK. We're going to take a quick break, have the coaches show and the senior spotlight coming up next on 97.5 KLAK. Sweet Boomer Sooner. Sweet Boomer Sooner. Tomorrow. Oh, is this not the most fun? Is this not the most? We had a comment from the back there. Brandon, tomorrow's going to be a lot of fun. I don't know which side of the fence you're on, but
I'll be on the side of the fence that's reading textbooks. I'm actually, my fiance and I are going to somebody's house, and she goes, "You can bring your reading if you need to."
Oh, nice.
Yeah, so I've got permission from the fiance to not watch the game. Isn't that nice?
Well, unfortunately, for my viewing eyes of the football game, I will not be able to watch that either. However, I will be attending the H Association Alumni Flag Football game in Howell, 1988 versus 1998. This is the one I gave my Achilles to, so I won't be participating in the game.
Are you an honorary coach?
I think I'm going to be honorary film guy or something. I don't know. I'm going to be there in support.
Is that really that honorary?
They are raising money for the field house there in Howell, so it ought to be interesting to say the least with all of the guys back from the 88 team. It ought to be a lot of fun. Down on the sidelines right now here at Ron Post Stadium, we're getting ready for McKinney North and Frisco Liberty. John Leidy's down on the sidelines. John, what do you got for us?
Guys, first off, I'm sure y'all have probably already mentioned that I'm kind of the fat man in the little coat, as Chris Farley would say, and Tommy Boy. Today is Teacher Appreciation Day at McKinney North, and the players have chosen to give out a jersey to their teacher of their choice. And unfortunately, Brenton Griffin, or should I say fortunately, because I'm honored to wear his jersey, but Brenton Griffin, one of the smaller gentlemen on the team, has chosen me to wear his jersey. So I'm wearing a very, very tight, probably a size small, I would take a guess, jersey here. And I'm actually getting a little flack from a couple of the coaches because they're afraid I'm going to stretch it out. But we are looking at a beautiful game tonight. It's in the low 70s. We got a little bit of wind coming out of the southwest, and we got a team on the opposite side that is a first-year program in Frisco Liberty, and their jerseys look a lot like Texas Tech's road jerseys in that they're all white with the black helmets. And McKinney North's going to come in with their solid blues with the orange helmets. And I'm looking for a great night, hopefully from Brenton Griffin, so I can interview him while wearing his jersey. And I'm sure you'll get a big old smile out of him if I'm able to do that. So we're going to send it back up to the booth, guys.
Appreciate you, John. And no, we actually hadn't mentioned that, just so you know. So you kind of outed yourself on that one.
And I wish I didn't talk over it because I really love the part where he said, "I'm kind of the fat man in the small jersey." But John, John's a pretty large fellow down there on the sidelines.
But he's not that large, so it makes me wonder just how small Griffin's jersey. I mean, it literally looks like John is wearing a T-shirt.
I don't know how in the world that you'd get shoulder pads under that jersey. I really don't. And and I'm going to be one of these guys tomorrow trying to fit in one of those jerseys from 1991 too. So maybe I shouldn't be saying a whole lot about Mr. Leidy.
As long as we can get pictures from it, then we'll be okay.
The captains are down on the sidelines for McKinney North, and a few of them. I know one is Aaron Matthews, another is Spencer Rogers, and we also have Trent Bladel. And Josh Allen is walking out. He is not dressed tonight. The normal slot back and safety has a little bit of a leg injury and will not play tonight. As you can hear in the background, Frisco Liberty runs through their big inflated black helmet as they come out in black helmets and white pants, white jerseys with red numerals and white socks and white shoes. McKinney North. And let's see if we can get some of the coin toss here. And I think we just missed a little bit of that coin toss. McKinney North in blue pants. They're dark navy blue shirts, orange helmet, much like Syracuse. And it will be McKinney North who actually
North did win, and they'll be kicking off. Typical Pratt strategy, they deferred. No surprise there. But, Monty, I'm going to go back to the question you posed, Coach Pratt, in the pregame show about new schools kind of diluting the fan base and things like that. Look at that Frisco crowd.
Well, and I hate to say it, but you look down underneath, and there's not very many people here on the near side as well.
Would you say there's 100 people across the way, not including the band? Maybe?
Maybe. And you're looking at maybe 200 on the near side, something like that.
Boy, that's sad.
And a lot of those I see. I see jerseys. So there's their parents.
Kids,
and I can
siblings.
see the Griffins down here right in front.
And I will say this: we were talking in the pregame show to mention little brother Boyd. Even though they're in their third year, has done a good job at filling the stadium. They really have. And it looked like North there for a while was doing it. I guess they're just not anymore.
Well. And Boyd still having effects from that quarterfinal trip from last year, and McKinney North down a little bit. They don't have that effect of winning right now. They're 1-4, and I tell you what, that has a lot to do with it.
You shouldn't, though. I mean, if you played in your high school and you were 1-4, your stadium, and I think that's because we come from those one-team towns that Coach Pratt mentioned.
Yeah, that makes a big difference. Here in McKinney, obviously 3 high schools now. 2 4As and 1 5A. The officials for tonight's game, the referee will be Michael Woodard, the umpire Dickie Dunn, dangerous Dickie Dunn, the head linesman Jackie Reichenstein, the line judge David Tucker, and the back judge Jerome Bergeland. We're just about ready for the national anthem, so we'll take a break here at Ron Post Stadium and be back with McKinney North versus Frisco Liberty in a moment on 97.5 KLAK. There's the Star Spangled Banner by McKinney North Marching Band. Let's go over the starting lineup for Frisco Liberty. On offense, up front, Cameron Fox, the left tackle, 6'3", 225 pounds, the average 241 up front. The left guard, Chris Supernant, 6'2", 270 pounds and a senior. The center, Chris Kaufman, 5'11", 235 and a junior. The right guard, Davidson Venancio, 5'11", 250 pounds and a junior. And the right tackle, Bassett Khan. He's 6'1", 200 and a senior. The tight end tonight, Kyson Flake, 6 foot, 190-pound junior. They like to throw to him, and he also runs the ball a little bit from his, I'm going to say, stand-up tight end slot. The wideout on the left will be Cameron Brown, 6'2", 185 pounds and a sophomore. He's had 8 receptions for 110 yards and a touch so far this year. The wideout on the right side will be Sadiq Thomas, 6'1", 195 pounds and a senior. And the quarterback tonight for Frisco Liberty will be Matt Clark, the tailback, Justin Flake, and the slot receiver, Malcolm Hill, as we're just about ready for the JBS Express kickoff to start this football game. And just in a moment after this first offensive play, we'll give you the McKinney North starting defense to start this football game. We see Frisco Liberty lining up not very deep, and they will receive a short punt, and that'll be taken by Malcolm Hill at about the 16-yard line. Dances through Tony Brown, goes right side to the 20, 25, cuts it up to the 35-yard line and down right there. So Frisco Liberty will start at their own 35-yard line after an 18-yard return by Malcolm Hill.
Boy, that was an awkward return if I've ever seen one. Just kind of danced around the 10-yard line, and somehow the Bulldogs just started drifting to the right, and Hill went to the other way. Got a decent return out of it. You know, you're beyond the 35, or right at, rather. That's a good starting field position.
Splitting out to the near side for Frisco Liberty will be Cameron Brown. Malcolm Hill will also be in the slot. 1st and 10 to start the football game for Frisco Liberty. Matt Clark, the quarterback, gets in motion, now steps back, looks to the sideline, wants the call, gets it, stands in shotgun, high snap, rolls out right, wants to throw on 1st down, and he throws it and it's almost intercepted, and it falls incomplete. On the near interception for McKinney North was Spencer Rogers.
Yeah, a simple rollout play, Monty, and I don't want to say this they're unoriginal, but we're seeing that same spread formation 4 receiver set that's just running through high school football, and that's one of the reasons why I just love what Coach Pratt did. He reverted to his personnel, and it'll remain to be seen if the Red Hawk offense fits that style.
Desalandis also in the slot this time for Frisco Liberty. 3 receivers to the near side, 1 to the far, moving right to left. Liberty throws it in the slot. That's going to be caught by the tight end, and rolling and stumbling out of bounds after he crosses the 50-yard mark is going to be the big tight end, Kyson Flake. They call him a tight end, but he's really the inside slot. 18 yards for Kyson Flake.
Yeah, and coaches right after that play immediately started giving Brandon Ramsey some coaching lessons. Apparently he missed up on that screenplay.
They flip sides now, 3 receivers to the right at the McKinney North 47-yard line. 1st and 10 for Frisco Liberty. Kyson Flake in the near slot. And they wanted to throw to him once again on the swing pass. They play other side, and he drops it this time about a yard past the line of scrimmage on the swing pass. Let's give you the McKinney North starting defense.
Spencer Rogers, outside linebacker.
Alex Slater, defensive end.
Jared Hicks, nose guard.
John Beeman, defensive end.
Tony Brown, linebacker.
Red Ramquist, inside linebacker.
Banner Ramsey, linebacker.
Keem Jackson, corner.
John Alexander, cornerback.
Jonathan Lee, safety.
Josh Matthews, safety.
Clark on 2nd down, rolls out right again. He's got Flake again at the 42, breaks the tackle and has a 1st down as he rolls right up the sidelines and passes the yard mark. And they'll move the sticks. So Frisco Liberty coming out firing. 12 yards on that play, and they've passed on every down.
Yeah, and Monty, right now we're having a problem tackling, and that's an issue that we've raised in prior broadcasts. And you know, you don't make your tackles, you're giving up extra yardage, and that's not something this defense can afford to do.
Tristan McQuay in the backfield along with Matt Clark. Will we finally see a run here on 1st and 10 at the McKinney North 35? Nope, Clark wants to throw it again. Rolling out left this time, has some room, and he throws it down the field incomplete. He had a little room to run there, but he threw where no one was.
Yeah, I'm curious as to who he's throwing through. It's literally probably equidistant between 3 different receivers, none of them really close to the play. Apparently somebody made a mistake and didn't break to where they were supposed to, and you know what? That's, at this point, a little bit of a break for the Bulldogs.
So it'll be, for the first time tonight, No, actually second down still. 11:01 left to go in the first. No score at Ron Poe Stadium. Frisco Liberty and McKinney North. Liberty has the ball at the North 35-yard line. Second down and 10. Clark throws again. The swing pass, and this time over the head of Kyson Flake, who had the 18-yard scramble and the 10-yard scramble a moment ago after the catch, and it'll be for the first time tonight now. Third down for Frisco Liberty.
Yeah, and Monty, I'm surprised we're seeing so much passing from the senior quarterback. Clark has only thrown for 442 yards this year. I mean, so it's not like they're just a proficient offense at throwing the ball.
6 straight passes to open this football game. Third down and 10. You'd think they'd see what Sherman did to him last week. Here's Clark rolling out left again. 7th straight pass down the field. Almost intercepted and dropped at the 20-yard line, but it'll bring up fourth down on the near pick for McKinney North. Trying to get him to turn around because I can't see his number. I think it's Malik Bowen who nearly picked that one off, and it was.
And that's a problem because now it's 4th and 10 at the 35. It's not punting territory too long for a field goal. That means they're going to go for it. You get that interception, they don't even have that opportunity.
The outside linebacker's doing a better job of covering that swing pass on this particular set of downs, as now they run man, and Spencer Rogers, the outside linebacker, goes inside. And the cornerback, Stephon Hurd, will come out to the middle slot. And now a timeout has been called by Frisco Liberty. And it'll be 4th down and 10. We'll keep it right here. Just underway, 10:53 left to go here in the first quarter. No score at Ron Poe.
Well, I'm perplexed at what just happened because they were sitting there for the longest time, and I called a delay of game was coming, and then they end up burning a timeout.
Let's check down on the sidelines with old number 10 and see what he's got for us. Why'd they call the timeout there, John?
Guys, the coaches have changed a little bit of the philosophy on defense this week, and they've been going with that cover one right there with only one safety over the top, and they've also changed their philosophy in the way that they're talking to the kids, and they're being more supportive in the fact that I'm going to say this, they're not negative towards the kids, but they've taken a page out of Don Drake's book, and you see Coach Pratt over here. Even if a player makes a mistake, he's clapping and saying, "Hey guys, let's get back to work." But you see right here, Frisco Liberty called the timeout because they didn't like the formation they're in versus the pass defense. But we're going to send it back up there.
All right, thanks a lot, John. Good information from old number 10 down on the sidelines, wearing that white Brenton Griffin jersey. The number 10 barely fits our John Lighty.
Makes it easier to find.
4th down and 10. This is going to be Clark, the quarterback, in shotgun formation. It seems to be, as always, McQuay will stand in the backfield along with him. Clark wants to throw to McQuay in the backfield behind the line of scrimmage, and he catches it, and he's knocked down at the 31-yard line. A huge hit by McKinney North on the far side. Tony Brown, what a stop.
Yeah, that's an emphatic end to a drive right there if I've ever seen one.
And the ball will turn over on downs, and McKinney North will take over right where that pop happened at the 31-yard line.
You know what that tells me? That tells me that the Hawks aren't that comfortable passing down the field. If it's 4th and 10 and they do a swing pass screen out of the backfield. And Tony Brown, that's an exclamation. Man, that's a great end to a drive.
1st and 10 for North. Brenton Griffin will line up in shotgun. Okay, so forget the I formation. 3 receivers to the left. And this is going to be a handoff to Josh Matthews on the reverse. Chris Allen wants to run it near side. Gets a block from Griffin. He's at the 30, 35, and 40-yard line. Is bumped out of bounds. I thought for a moment he was going to try to throw the football downfield. He had me stumbled a little bit. But he ends up tucking it. And he's just going to be right at the first down marker. And they'll go ahead and move the sticks on the stop. I believe the cornerback was over there for, it was Nick Slaughter finally bumped him out of bounds, or that one could have been 6. In the shotgun again, Brenton Griffin. McKinney North from their own 41-yard line, a 10-yard gain on first down. Here's Matthews, a running left tackle, and he'll gain a couple to about the 44. 10:30 here at Ron Poe Stadium, no score, McKinney North and Frisco Liberty. Right after this second down play on 2nd and 7, we'll give you the McKinney North starting offense. Brenton Griffin once again in shotgun formation. Chris Allen to the near side, split out wide right. You saw the big article in the paper about the Katrina transplant. Here's Griffin wanting to throw to him on the near side. He makes the catch at the 46-yard line and spins down at the 41 inside Frisco Liberty territory so another first down of 16 yards for Chris Allen of McKinney North. Here's your McKinney North starting offense.
John Turner, tackle.
Matt Ayers, left guard. Robert Stevens, center.
Colton Duncan, right guard.
Devontae Fields, right tackle.
Alex Laudenslager, tight end. John Alexander, receiver. Josh Allen, receiver.
Chris Allen, receiver.
Josh Matthews, running back. Brenton Griffin, quarterback.
Griffin in the gun. 1st and 10 for McKinney North. Movement up front. That's going to be against McKinney North. As I believe that's going to be, was it Mitchell Grimes?
Yeah, it might have been Robert Stevens, the center, but I mean that's a situation where you can give it to 3 guys, really.
Yeah, there's a lot of movement up front on that one. It'll be first down now and 15 for McKinney North. Moving left to right here at Ron Poe Stadium towards that north end zone. Shotgun for Brenton Griffin, the quarterback. He's got Matthews standing just a little bit to his right. Big brother Aaron Matthews goes in motion, and another offsides against McKinney North, and this one's going to be against John Turner.
Well, may be on the defense because he might have the blitzer.
Yeah, Kelby Reed, I believe, is the man who came across, and John Turner flinched, and we'll have to see
and that's
what the
exactly
officials
what
say.
it is.
Yep, the officials are going to say that Kelby Reed jumped across.
The way the rule is, you can move all day long if you stay on your side of the field. But the minute you come into the neutral zone, which is defined by the length of the ball, the minute you step foot into that and you make them move, the penalty's on you.
In the slot, Deontay Hudson. Chris Allen split out to the near side. Griffin in the gun, moves Matthews over a little bit to his left. He's going to get the hand. Right tackle now, cuts it up inside. He's got the 35 after a great move down to the 32-yard line and a flag down on the near side at about the 38-yard line. We'll have to check, see what it is. On the stop for Frisco Liberty is going to be Blake Cozzini.
Yeah, it looks like it might be offsides real quick. Let me squeeze in the starting lineup for the defense. 3-4 standard. Kelby Reed, Torrey Smith, and Spencer McDuffie up front. Your linebackers are Justin Flake, Blake Cozzini, Tyson Flake, and Jeremiah Gladden. Out in the secondary, your 2 cornerbacks, Jerry Hernandez, Nick Slaughter, and the safeties are Corvelius Cage and Malcolm Hill.
9 yards for Matthews on that play gives McKinney North a 2nd and 1 with 8:54 and rolling here in the first. Moving left to right towards the north end zone. McKinney North in all blue with their orange helmets as the exception. Shotgun. This is going to be Griffin who fakes the hand, wants to throw it deep down the right side for Allen, and it's going to be incomplete as the ball nearly hit the pylon in the front quarter of the end zone. The bad thing is that was about 5 yards away from Chris Allen.
Yeah, it looks like Griffin was expecting a flag and Allen ran a post. Not sure if that's a misread on one of the others or if it was just a bad pass. Or miscommunication. I mean, it could be several things. Miscommunication being one of them.
First third down of the night for McKinney North now on 3rd and 1. 8:38 left to go in the first. Deontay Hudson in the slot. Chris Allen split near side, and on the far side, way out over there is Jamarius Phillips. As Griffin wants it, moves Matthews, and 2 Matthews were in motion there. One little brother was moving in the backfield.
And legally.
And Aaron Matthews, the tight end, was moving in motion illegally. So what was 3rd and 1 will now be 3rd and 6.
Yeah, and unfortunately for Matthews, you can't make a motion going forward from his position. And Monty, I don't know what the defense is doing, but North, they commit penalties, but rarely do they commit boneheaded penalties like this. And when you have 3 false starts, it makes me think the defense is doing something.
Shotgun for Griffin. 2 receivers to the left. One to the right is Allen. Matthews, Josh will move in motion in the backfield. Griffin wants to run that way to the left side. Now he cuts it up in trouble behind the line of scrimmage and brought down at the 41-yard line. A loss of 1 on, actually a loss of 4 on 3rd and 7. And it'll be Davidson Venasio on the sack for Frisco Liberty, and it'll bring up 4th and 12.
And that's what that penalty does. I mean, it takes half your playbook off. You're looking at a 3rd and 2. And instead it becomes a 3rd and 7 because of, again, a boneheaded penalty.
Griffin coming into tonight was 50 out of 77 with 2 interceptions, 707 yards passing, and 2 touchdowns. As now Bryson Long will come in to punt this one away on 4th and 12 with 7:55 left to go in the second. It's going to be a high spiraling kick to the left side, and it's going to roll, actually land out of bounds at about the 15-yard line. So not a huge long punt for McKinney North, but very effective as it lands at the 15. It was a 27-yard punt, but it'll, and more importantly, will back Frisco Liberty deep in their own territory. Let's check down on the sideline with Jonathan Leidy. John, what do you got for us?
Guys, I got two things. The defensive coaches talked about doing a little bit of pre-snap blitzing here with their linemen and linebackers. Look forward to that right here. And also the offense, those key penalties right there just killed that drive. I mean, when you got 3 false start penalties in a matter of 4 or 5 plays. So they're going to look to clean that up in this next drive. So let's send it back up.
All right, thanks a lot, John. And when John talks to us next time, we're going to try to have him tell us all of the number 10s that have ever played for McKinney North, since he's wearing that number 10 tonight. Here is Matt Clark rolling out to the left side, throws it down the field, and is caught at the 30. And that's not Malcolm Hill, who I thought it was for a moment, but it is Daquan Desalandis on a 22-yard pass and catch. And Tony Brown makes the stop for McKinney North.
And we're going to have to apologize. We may not get some of these names out real fast. Apparently, the Liberty guys with their Microsoft presentation or publisher or something with their roster is a little bit beyond what we have the capability of doing.
1st and 10 for Frisco Liberty, moving right to left, 7:38, no score here at Ron Post Stadium in the first quarter. Swing pass out, that's Kyson Flake, makes the catch, lots of room, to the 50, to the 45, to the 40, 35, breaks through, he's at the 25-20, 10-5, flag down at the 1, and so is Kyson Flake at the 1-yard line as he's drugged down, but hold up, there's a flag at midfield.
Boy, if you didn't see it from the stadium, it was about as wide open as penalty as you can get. Stephon Hurd was just being held around the ankles. It was almost as if the blocker, and I didn't see who it was, just tackled Hurd. So it's a holding penalty coming back.
Wiped out a 61-yard play for Frisco Liberty. Wow.
Well, and you got to wonder, does he make that spring if Hurd's not being held around the ankles? You know, I mean, because obviously Hurd did something to shed the block to make him hold. So would Hurd have gotten there to make it? You know, so I mean, it's one of those things you could say, you know, what if he hadn't held? Well, he may have made the tackle and have been no gain. You don't know.
Huge penalties in this game already.
Yeah.
No score. 7:18 left to go in the first quarter here at Ron Post Stadium. Frisco Liberty from their own 31, moving right to left. And Matt Clark in the gun. 1-step drop as he's in the shotgun, throws it out to the left, and it's caught once again at the 31, trying to make a bunch of people miss. As he goes backwards is the receiver, and that is going to be Desalandis again on the reception.
And see, that's not a bad job by the cornerback Hakeem Jackson, because even though he let him go to the inside where he had help from his friends coming in pursuit on the defense. Had he lost him on the outside, it's likely a foot race down the sideline to the end zone. So I'm not going to blame him too much for missing that tackle, because if he missed it where he had help coming.
3 receivers to the right side, including favorite target Kyson Flake, who's the near slot. Right to left going Frisco Liberty. Every play they get in formation. McKinney North showing 4 down linemen here on 2nd and 13. Rolling out right side. That's Clark on the run now as he tucks it to the 40, and he gets out of bounds at about the 43-yard line. About 8 yards there on 2nd down. It'll bring up a 3rd and 5 with 6:07 left to go in the first. No score at Ron Post Stadium.
Yeah, kind of a play of what ifs there. Alex Lucio, the junior, got into the backfield, but he got there just a bit too late. And Clark just started springing that one out. If he gets there, it's a sack, and we're looking at really long 3rd down here.
Alex Lucio checks out of the football game at his linebacker position. It'll be 3rd and 5. And Clark, low snap, digs it out, has to run right up the middle again, being chased down by Laudenschlager, and he does tackle him from behind at the 46-yard line, shy of the 1st down. It'll be 4th down and probably about 2. On your own end of the field, you would think it'd be punt time this time for Frisco Liberty.
Yeah, you bet, because obviously you can get some leg into this when you're not playing that field position game. And unless they do some of those funny quick kicks, that offense is still on the field.
Normally the punter is Stephen Brooker. No sign of him on the field on 4th and 2. from their own 46. 3 receivers near side. Matt Clark in shotgun.
What's he call?
McKinney North not playing man here, showing cover 2. And it is going to be a quick kick as quarterback backs up, and it's going to bounce at about the 26 and take a great Frisco Liberty roll. Wow, deep inside the 10 to the 6-yard line. 40 yards on the quick kick by Matt Clark, and what a great play that was.
Well, you knew as soon as he started backing up 5 yards beyond where you normally stand in the shotgun that's what it was going to be.
Brandon, did I call for a shootout tonight?
Yeah, I was wondering. Apparently there is some D in this district.
5:10 left to go here in the first
Hey, not
quarter.
my joke, all right, Kevin? Not my joke. But I will reissue it. I'll give my partner some support on that one.
What was the other one? 9-4A equals 0D.
Huh.
Maybe that one's pretty bad. Okay.
Yeah, you did better with the first one.
All right.
I'm not going to back you up on that one.
Here we go with the power eye back set. Shotgun still, but Matthews has a fullback, Emilio Diaz, in front of him. He's going to run right behind him, and Matthews will power his way to the 12-yard line. 6 yards on first down to bring up second down and 4.
You know, despite the success you've seen of the spread offenses, Monty, I am still a big fan of the I formation.
Absolutely.
You give me a lead fullback, and I'll get you a good runner.
Absolutely.
Especially a guy who could just barrel over for you, Cameron Major-style lead blocker.
Plus, we get out of here at 9:45.
Yeah, I mean, that's nice, but I'm a results guy. I want to see the wins.
Absolutely. Frisco Liberty showing blitz. I formation handoff to Matthews, running left tackle, being drugged from behind by the shirt tail. And he's going to get the first down, I believe, at about the 16-yard line. That's where he needed, and I believe that's where he got.
If he hadn't have hesitated, Monty, because they came on a blitz on the inside and it was run to the outside, and he had 3 lead blockers, but apparently I guess it was the cornerback. I'm just going to give it to Jerry Hernandez there on the far side, who was blocking with those 3 guys, made Allen slow it up.
23 yards on 4 carries for Josh Matthews so far. First down and 10. For McKinney North from their own 17-yard line. Moving left to right. Griffin, toss right side. That's Matthews. Gets a block. He could be in the clear. Spins out of a tackle at the 25 to the 30-yard line. Another first down for Josh Matthews. 13 yards on first down. And he makes his way up to the 30. And Frisco Liberty has a man down right at the 30-yard line. The man was at the very end of that pop by Josh Matthews. And I believe the man down, well, our spotter, Michael Parker, says it's Corvallis Cage, but I think it was a 50 or 62 number.
Jose Villarreal.
Yeah, Jose Villarreal. So while Villarreal is still down, we'll take our timeout with 4:05 left to go in the first quarter. Back in a moment on 97.5 KLAK. Jose Villarreal pops right up as soon as we went to break. That happens every time. We like it. That's why we take the break, because the kid's all right. First and 10 for McKinney North, moving left to right. 4:05 left to go here in the first quarter. No score at Ron Post Stadium. I formation for McKinney North. Brenton Griffin, quarterback, in the shotgun. Chris Allen to the near side. Emilio Diaz, the fullback, in front of Josh Matthews. Matthews now moves over to the left side, and he's going to get the hand running right tackle up the middle, shaking and baking to the 40 and to the 41-yard line, and Matthews has another first down on first down.
Matthews getting the yardage, but my gosh, Monty, this offensive line just opening up holes up and down that line. You pick a side, they're opening it up.
Torrey Smith on the stop for Frisco Liberty. 47 yards now for Matthews on 6 carries. We're halfway, 3/4 of the way through the first quarter. Diaz and Matthews in the backfield. Big brother Aaron Matthews, the tight end. It's almost a 3-eye formation, and Griffin wants to keep it over the left side, and he's pounded hard at the 41-yard line. And on the stop for Frisco Liberty is going to be a linebacker coming up, and actually I think it's Blake Cozzini, number 8, the linebacker, coming up. Second down and 7 with 2:58 left to go in the first. No score at Ron Poe.
Oh, by the way, those rosters, they're also in alphabetical order, not numerical order, so it makes it harder on us too.
You see the offset eye there. It looks like a triple offset. And now Matthews is going to come right side on the hand. Gets a block to the 50-45 and spun down at the 43-yard line. Another first down for Josh Matthews.
And that offensive line is getting pushed along with opening holes. They're making it real easy for Matthews tonight.
Kyson Flake on the stop, 13 yards for Matthews. First and 10, left to right, McKinney North. And one of these days when I have time, I'm going to talk about this formation because it looks like a triple offset.
Yeah.
And Brent Griffin rolls right, wants to throw it, and he's got Chris Allen who makes the catch at the sidelines. His patented catch right on the out-of-bounds marker at the 33, and he turns inside. And that'll be about a 9-yard gain, 9-yard gain on first down to bring up second down and 1. 2:18 left to go in the first, no score at Ron Poe.
You can tell Griffin and Allen work on that play because that ball's in the air before Allen makes a cut, and Allen doesn't even think twice about it.
8th play of the drive. This started at the 6-yard line. Ball is now at the Frisco Liberty 33. Impressive drive for McKinney North. Power eye backfield for North. And this is going to be a handoff to Matthews. Gets a block, look out, 30, cuts it inside, and is finally brought down at the 26-yard line. I thought for a moment that Matthews made a mistake by cutting it inside.
Yeah.
If he'd have stayed out, he might still be running.
No, I absolutely agree. And as you started to get excited, so was I, because he was headed towards that outside part of the field where he had one blocker and one defender, but cut it inside. So, we'll never know.
5th first down of the drive for McKinney North as we hit the 2-minute mark in the first quarter. First and 10, shotgun for Griffin. 4-down lineman for Frisco Liberty, toss right. Matthews hit from behind the line of scrimmage and then spun forward for a few yards. Maybe one, actually. He was behind the line when he got the toss, so once he got a full head of steam, was hit from behind and pushed forward. He only gained 1.
I kind of hope they don't score on this drive until the second quarter, just so we could say we had a scoreless first quarter, I mean, the way what we've seen in terms of offensive output in this district, kind of be fun to have a scoreless first. As long as they score in the second.
5-down lineman, actually 4-down lineman and 1 blitzer for Frisco Liberty from the left side. And this is going to be Matthews right up the middle in a big hole, dancing to the 15-yard line and spun down there. Another first down for Josh Matthews, and maybe we'll have a nickname for Josh Matthews being first down.
Well, it makes it easier, when he's got a hole probably the size of 4 doorways to run through because that offensive line is getting so much push. They're doing a great job on this Frisco front.
We had 5-yard Barrett. How about first down Matthews? 78 yards rushing here in the first quarter, and we're under a minute. Offset eye, Brenton in the gun. It's a strange-looking eye formation with a shotgun quarterback, but he's going to hand off, running right guard for Matthews. Oh, Brenton Griffin kept it.
Dropped it
around
on
the left side. I didn't see him drop it.
Yeah,
I had my eye on Matthews.
I think somewhere there was had to be a mistake in the exchange because that was on the ground, but luckily a lot of the defense was following Matthews too. So
David Venasio is the man who finally stopped Griffin. 6 of Matthews' rushes on this drive have been for first downs, or actually tonight. And here is Griffin rolling out right, looking, and now he's going to tuck it and run because there's no one to throw it to, and he'll go down at about the 13-yard line. And that's going to be close to another first. No, it's not. That's going to be well short. I was looking at that one sideline marker, but that's the end of the first quarter. Hey, Brandon, you got your wish.
Yeah.
No score in the first quarter here at Ron Poe Stadium. What do we know? We were talking about a shootout. Back in a moment on 97.5 KLAK.
5 KLAK.
Welcome back to Ron Poe Stadium. Monty Walker along with the rest of the crew. John, real quick, what's the attitude like on the sidelines?
The atmosphere is very positive because they know that they're able to run this ball against Liberty, and it's just the penalties killed them in the first drive, and they're just sitting here trying to run it down the throats of Liberty right now. So we're going to see what they can do on this play. Back up to y'all.
All right, 3rd down and 8 for McKinney North. They flip sides now, going right to left. Brenton Griffin in the gun from the Frisco Liberty 13-yard line. And this is going to be a fake the hand. They're going to fake the hand to Matthews, and Griffin's going to throw on the run. He's got the big tight end, Aaron Matthews. Is he in? No, they say he's down at the 1-yard line.
Oh, come on. 2 weeks in a row.
Well, Matthews was bumbling and stumbling. He had his legs taken out from him, and I thought, Brandon obviously thought that he rolled into the end zone, and the official says no. Jordan Hooper or Malcolm Hill makes the stop to save the touchdown there.
Oh.
But Matthews apparently was down at the 1.
His nickname is going to be 1 yard shy Matthews.
And here's Griffin in the gun on the sneak. He rolls up under center, no signal yet, and no touchdown. And now Frisco Liberty says they have the ball, but the official says no. The line judge, remember, who made that call a moment ago, David Tucker, is the guy who said Matthews did not get in. He's also the guy right there who ran up and was the first one to signal no touchdown for Brenton Griffin.
Yeah, the highlight, the momentum was stopped by the time they took it out, so the play was dead.
High formation, full house backfield. Griffin in the gun. Matthews to the left. High snap. Brenton Griffin hands off to Matthews. Over and in for the touchdown. It is touchdown time in Texas for McKinney North. And they strike first blood tonight in the second quarter. 11:18 left to go in this second quarter as we await the PAT.
Yeah, that's kind of the reason I wanted the elder Matthews to get that touchdown there, because his younger brother scores all the time. And I know it doesn't matter to him. But, boy, I sure would like to see him, especially since he came so close now, 2 broadcasts in a row.
Well, our statistician, Kevin McPherson, saying that this is McKinney North's first lead since Garland Lakeview. There's Bryson Long's extra point. Doesn't look very good, but it is. It limps through. And it's 7-0. McKinney North in the lead with 11:14 left to go in the second quarter. Back in a moment on 97.5 KLAK.
Locally owned and operated McKinney Gym Equipment helps to support.
Boy, Gene, you jumped the gun on me there.
30 seconds, my bad.
It's all right.
It probably still sounded okay with the delay.
I'm sorry, we're clear. My bad. I can't think tonight.
Still is probably okay with the delay, wasn't it?
How long was the Aaron Matthews?
Oh, man.
And the drive.
You can't catch a break.
12.5 yards. Okay, the drive.
30 seconds.
Bank of Texas is proud to support McKinney football.
What
with
a
16
drive.
locations throughout North Texas and online access to your account. American Bank of Texas is
do it again
everywhere
every drive,
you
and I'll
are.
be good. Happy.
This is our turf.
Remember, we got to go down to John.
Visit us
after the first
online
play.
at www.abtexas.com.
Remember, I'm coming down to you after the first play.
That's American Bank of Texas, member FDIC.
Back to Monty Walker and McKinney ISD football on 97.5 KLAK.
Welcome back to Ron Poe Stadium as we're just about ready for the JBS Express kickoff. Let's give you the Mike's Economy transmission scoring drive recap. 15 plays, 94 yards for McKinney North. Took 5 minutes and 52 seconds off the clock from the first quarter to the second quarter. And Josh Matthews goes over from 1 yard out after his big brother, Aaron Matthews, caught the ball and took it down to the 1. And McKinney North leads 7-0. Here's the JBS Express kickoff. It's going to be a high pooch kick, going to be taken at the 23-yard line by Kyson Flake, right up the right seam, and he's down at the 35-yard line. Time of possession is unbelievable in this football game. McKinney North has had the ball 10 minutes and 6 seconds to Frisco Liberty's 2 minutes and 36 seconds. McKinney North has had 9 first downs compared to Frisco Liberty's 3. A one-sided contest so far tonight, but still early on. 11:09 left to go in the second quarter. McKinney North leading 7-0. First down for Frisco Liberty, moving left to right from their own 35-yard line. Shotgun formation for Matt Clark. It seems like forever since they've been on the field. And he hands off for the first time tonight to his running back up to the 40, 45, 50, and inside McKinney North territory to the 47-yard line. Let's check down on the field with John Leidy. John, what do you got for us?
2 quick things. The defensive coaches were talking to the linebackers about getting in there and just hustling on the plays. They're not sitting back, and now you can see that their Liberty's running. They're wanting to get in there. And another thing was Coach Pratt and both Brent and Griffin both went over to the offensive line. It's a good job, guys. That was on y'all because they had the penalties in the first drive. They set the tone in the second drive. Back up to y'all.
Tristan McQuay was on that carry, and this is going to be a handoff to McQuay again, left side. Lots of running room as he barrels his way inside the 40 to the 30. 32-yard line, I think is where they'll give him as he fell forward. That'll be enough for a first down. And already here we go in the second quarter with 2 straight running plays.
Yeah, I was about to say, given what we've seen on the 2 previous drives with these 2 plays here on this drive, makes you wonder why they were passing.
19 and 13 yards consecutively on the ground for Frisco Liberty. This is going to be a hand again. Same play, left tackle, and tripped up by Brandon Ramsey, or McQuay would have had a lot of running room again. They'll mark him down at the 30, which is about 6-7 yards away from a first down. 10:24 left to go in the second quarter. McKinney North leading 7-0. Give him 3 yards, 3.5. 2 receivers to the left, 1 to the right, only 1 man in the backfield. Clark going under center now as he hands off right tackle. And McQuay is hit by right by the linebacker for a moment by Brandon Ramsey, but he could not bring him down initially. And McQuay spun around for another yard or 2. And Malik Bowen will get credit for the tackle. 9:49 left to go in the second quarter. 7-0 McKinney North.
It almost looked like Ramsey was just expecting to knock him down with the hit, and as you know, I remember clearly from my defensive coaches, wrap up.
3rd down and 4. 1 lone back, about 8 yards deep, and he's going to hand off to him. McQuay down the left side, cuts it in, and Spencer Rogers hits him and knocks him down at the 11. But a big gain and a first down for Frisco Liberty, and this is more like what we hear from Frisco Liberty.
Yeah, and again, why were they passing the first 2 drives?
15 yards on the ground there. It was nothing but pass. I believe it was 8 or 9 consecutive passes to open the game.
And 1 was a play action.
And now 5 make it 6 straight carries for Frisco Liberty as McQuay will go down at the 10-yard line. Only a gain of 1 here. And you can hear the coaches telling Marquell Shepard checking in.
Going in for Terrence Hill, so apparently they don't like what they're seeing there.
The 5'10", Terrence Hicks, the 5'10", 240-pound sophomore making his way on the field tonight. 2 receivers to the left, 1 to the right. And Tristan McQuay deep behind the line of scrimmage. 7 yards off the ball. He could punt from that formation. Handoff, left tackle, bounces it out to the right side, now up the middle, churning, fighting for more yardage, and finally brought down at about the 5. They'll give him forward progress to the 5-yard line. On the stop will be Emilio Diaz for McKinney North, the linebacker. So now Frisco Liberty knocking on the door, running the football. I have a feeling, guys, this is going to be a quick game because both teams are having success running the football here tonight.
Yeah, and again, what we've seen running, they wasted 2 drives.
1 out of 2 on 3rd downs for Frisco Liberty. 3rd and 4 here. Under 8 minutes in the second quarter. McKinney North making adjustments on defense. Cornerbacks moving all the way around. The left 1 man wide open. They wanted to throw to him in the swing pass, but under pressure, Tony Brown from behind, and others will corral Matt Clark, and he'll go down at the 5-yard line, maybe the 6. If it's the 6, it's a sack. If it's the 5, it's for no gain, and I believe it will be a sack back to the 6-yard line. Mark, the sophomore that just checked in, was the first play right there. 5'10", 240-pound sophomore Marquell Shepard was the first man on the stop.
So you get all the way down the field by running, and you pass.
They had a slot back wide open. No one was covering him. They're going to go here on 4th and 5. They can get a first down at the 1 from the 6-yard line. Matt Clark under center. Now we'll look to the right, and now we'll call a timeout.
What?
7 minutes exactly left to go in the second quarter. Back in a moment on 97.5 KLAK.
At North Texas Orthodontic Associates.
That's his first
30
year as
seconds,
head
quick
coach,
update.
guys.
Allen is leading McKinney Boyd 14-0 in the second quarter.
That's not bad.
This could be worse.
Texas Orthodontic Associates works with you to determine a treatment that's best for you. Your care, your beautiful new smile.
I don't have
Mention you heard this ad on 97.5 KLAK for $100 off new patient treatment and a free consultation. North Texas Orthodontic Associates on Virginia Parkway, just west of Lake Forest. Call 972-548-7005.
Now back to Monty Walker and McKinney ISD football on 97.5 KLAK.
Ninth play of the drive coming up for Frisco Liberty. 7-0, McKinney North leading. But Frisco Liberty knocking on the door here from the McKinney North 6-yard line.
And Monty, I'm curious. We saw their kicker. Oh, never mind. They were going to kick a field goal on this one.
Well, they will. We will try a 23-yard field goal here. Stefan Brooker has not made a field goal yet this year. He's made 19 PATs. Matt Clark will be the holder. And now, is it another timeout? We have another timeout.
And Liberty called it.
Well, let's go ahead and take it right here. 7-0, McKinney North. Back in a moment. 97.5 KLAK. Welcome back to Ron Post Stadium. It's a route down here. 7-3, McKinney North in the lead over Frisco Liberty. The Mike's Economy scoring drive recap for Frisco Liberty: 9 plays and 54 yards. Took 4 minutes and 24 seconds off the clock, and it is now 7-3 McKinney North after the 23-yard field goal by Stefan Brooker in that north end zone. Here's Brooker's kickoff on the JBS Express kick, and it might go out of bounds, but nope, it's going to be taken at the 12-yard line, and not much doing there. Going backwards is McKinney North, and I didn't see who was on the reception of that kickoff.
Yeah, we rarely see him go deep anymore.
Well, it was Deontay Moore on the return. So McKinney North will set up shop deep in their own territory at about the 17-yard line with 6:50 left to go before half. We had a score from Allen. Allen was leading McKinney Boyd 14-0. That one in the second quarter.
And not, by the way,
not
that's
bad.
Not bad.
Not bad.
Allen's going to go to the playoffs.
No doubt.
Maybe even as district champion. So I'll take a moral victory. I usually don't, but I'll take one in that game.
First and 10 from McKinney North, right to left, 6:50 left to go in the second. This is still the bunch formation. Aaron Matthews in motion, going to hand off to his brother Josh. No, Brenton Griffin kept it, and nobody saw it. To the 30, 40, to the 50, one man to beat. It's a foot race to the 30, 25, gets a block, 10, he falls down at the 5-yard line. He might have tripped over his own feet after a 79-yard run. Wow, he got a great block at the 10. It looked like it was going to spring him, but his feet fell out from underneath him.
And that Liberty defense has some team speed to catch that guy from behind that far out there. I'll give him an AE for effort, but that was a complete breakdown on the defense. Everybody bid on that one. What a fake.
Hunter Big Love and Love made the big block on the line of scrimmage. And the ball's at the 4-yard line. Handoff, Matthews up the middle, fighting for yardage and knocked down at the 2. It'll be for second and goal from the 2 with 6:15 left to go in the second quarter.
How about a play action pass to Aaron Matthews? Huh?
Hey, why not?
I'm going to lobby for that until it happens. I want him to score a receiving touchdown.
Second and goal from the 2, knocking on the south end zone at the Frisco Liberty 2-yard line. Josh Matthews in motion, handoff, right guard behind the line of scrimmage is brought down. Maybe a loss of yards. It'll be third and goal from the 3. 5:33 and rolling here in the second quarter. And I'll actually call it, well, no, it's back at the 3, so third and goal from the 3. 7-3 McKinney North leading here.
Golden opportunity here, Monty.
Got to cash this one in. And Brenton Griffin fakes the throw to the right side, scrambles into the end zone. Does it get in? It is touchdown time in Texas. McKinney North extends their lead, 13-3, awaiting the PAT with 5:10 left to go in the second quarter.
He bobbled the snap, but man, he recovered fast. And again, that offensive line are making holes big enough to drive a Mack truck through. And be even with that small delay, boy, this North offense running game has it going, and that's a great example, Monty.
So Griffin sets it up with a beautiful fake and then runs 79 yards down and then takes it the rest of the way from 3 yards out for the touchdown.
This is where I wish our cable friends could offer us a replay, because that's got to be one of the most beautiful plays you'll see all season.
There's Bryson Long's extra point, and it is true. 14-3. McKinney North in the lead with 5:09 left to go in the second. Back in a moment on 97.5 KLAK.
KLAK.
Welcome back to Ron Poe Stadium, where McKinney North just scored. We're ready for the JBS Express kickoff, and they're not giving me much time here to do the Mike's Economy Transmission Scoring Drive recap. We'll do it right after the kickoff. Here's the JBS Express pooch kick. It's going to be taken by Kyson Flake again, and he's gang tackled at the 31-yard line. Not much doing there, as Frisco Liberty will start at their own 31-yard line as Desmond Wordlaw makes the stop. The Mike's Economy Transmission Scoring Drive recap for McKinney North goes 5 plays and 83 yards, takes only a minute 46 off the clock. And it was a Brenton Griffin 3-yard touchdown after a Brenton Griffin 79-yard beautiful fake and run down the right side. And with 5:05 left to go in the second, McKinney North leads 14-3. We have a new tailback in for Frisco Liberty, and that's going to be Justin Flake. And shotgun formation, high snap, new quarterback as well, and he's going to run. That's Malcolm Hill, and he's down the sideline to the 30. Look out to the 20, to the 15, to the 10, to the 5. Malcolm Hill, 68 yards on the run around the right side on his first snap at quarterback.
Goes back to poor tackling, Monty. Malik Bowen should have made that. I mean, he had a hand on the jersey, and well, you hate to see that. You got a solid hold of the momentum. Things are going your way, and then you get a long run.
68 yards on the touchdown run for Malcolm Hill on the very first play of that drive.
And again, why were they passing? It gets more confusing the more success they have with the run, you know?
Brooker on for the extra point. Matt Clark, the holder, and a high snap. And he puts it down, and it's blocked right at the line of scrimmage. And I believe it was Wordlaw who blocked it, maybe Deontay Hudson. I think Deontay Hudson is the guy who blocked it.
Yep.
And that could be big. 14-9. McKinney North in the lead with 4:48 left to go in the second. Back in a moment on 97.5 KLAK.
7.5 KLAK.
Welcome back to Ron Poe Stadium. Monty Walker along with the rest of the gang. It was a Mike's Economy Transmission Scoring Drive recap of one play, 68 yards, took only 16 seconds off the clock. And the Malcolm Hill 68-yard touchdown gives McKinney North still the lead, but 14-9. It was a blocked extra point by Deontay Hudson. Here's the JBS Express kickoff. It's going to be banged down to about the 2-yard line. Going to be taken up the right hash, looking for a seam and not finding one. And McKinney North will start at their own 16-yard line after the return by Deontay Moore. We have a halftime score of McKinney High 20 and Frisco 14.
Well, that's one they've got to have, I think.
Tell you what, let's check down with John Lighty on the sidelines. John, we saw number 10 go into the end zone a minute ago. Was that you or was that Brenton Griffin?
No, I'm sorry. That was the real Brenton Griffin going in. Although I thought it was me there for a second with him running over that linebacker and all. But, man, this has been a fast-paced game in the last 2 minutes, guys, with just the quick hits with Brenton Griffin down the field. Now with number 2, the quarterback for I'm drawing a blank here, Frisco Liberty there. Sorry about that, guys. We're going to send it back up here and see what they can do.
All right, thanks a lot. Griffin trying to fake everybody out again as he keeps it. He fakes the hand of Matthews, and he's going to gain maybe 1 yard up to the 17-yard line. 4:32 and rolling in the second. McKinney North leading at Ron Poe Stadium 14-9.
John kind of spacing out there a little bit on us. We had such quality award-winning journalism from a couple reports in a row.
Yeah, we're thinking maybe it's the tightness of the jersey that's shutting off the blood to his head a little bit. Two receivers to the near side, moving right to left, McKinney North. Chris Allen on the far side now. Josh Matthews goes in motion. Griffin wants to roll out to the left, and he throws on the run. He's got his man. Aaron Matthews makes the catch at the 31-yard line and finally bringing him down. He's a tough man to get down. Aaron Matthews, 6'1", 225 pounds, was finally taken down after a 17-yard pass and catch.
It looked like the guy was just hanging on to him, and everyone was like, what are you doing? Just a big difference in size there.
2 catches, 29 yards now for Aaron Matthews. And his little brother Josh will stand in the backfield to the left of Brenton Griffin on 1st and 10 from their own 34. McKinney North moving right to left. 2 receivers to the right, 1 to the left. Jamarius Phillips is split out wide left. This is going to be a handoff to Matthews, who had a big hole right up the middle and bangs his way across the 40 to the 43-yard line, nearing another first down. He's going to be a yard short, and it'll bring up 2nd down and 1. 3:25 left to go before the half.
Well, the thing that makes this offense so scary is the fact that 3 guys can run it at any one time on the field. 2 of them do it pretty much most of the time and have great success with it.
89 yards on 14 carries for Josh Matthews. And if he gets 1 more, he'll have another first down. He goes in motion a little bit to the left, and now flag will be thrown by the line judge again. That's David Tucker. It's going to be a false start against McKinney North.
Yeah, Aaron Matthews in the, I guess the slot tight end position moved about a half a second too early.
You know, I like these Matthews brothers. I asked big brother Aaron, what is it like to have your little brother on the field with you the past 2 years? And he said, it's kind of a chore. I feel like I need to protect him. And he says, you know, it gives me extra incentive to block up front because I don't want my little brother getting hurt.
And then you would never tell that they're brothers if you look at them. I mean, they're totally different.
2nd down and 6, handoff, left tackle. That's Josh Matthews again, and he's gang tackled. Now they're just putting 8 in the box. And Frisco Liberty sniffing that one out. That'll bring up 3rd down and probably around 3, as on the stop will be Kelby Reed for Frisco Liberty, among others.
They keep doing that. They're putting 8 in the box. They expect a play action pass. Coach Pratt's pretty keen on picking that up.
Right now, 4 down linemen, and they're bringing the house. They're bringing the linebackers. Everybody coming for Frisco Liberty. I formation. And Griffin's going to roll right, handoff left to Matthews, and he's stuck by Justin Flake, who was on the run blitz at the 40-yard line. So a loss of 2, and Flake will get carried for that tackle. We're under 2 minutes now, ready for the half. 14-9, McKinney North leading Frisco Liberty.
Kind of a wasted opportunity, but again, they're putting, like you said, Monty. At that time it was 7, but they're gearing up for the run.
No way to stop the clock for Frisco Liberty here. They have no timeouts.
On the play clock.
John said something. I didn't catch it.
Well, McKinney North, all of their timeouts left, but they're letting this play clock roll dead. They're going to take a timeout. McKinney North will. They'll burn one here. 1:25 left to go in the half. 14-9, leading Frisco Liberty. Back in a moment on 97.5 KLAK.
On 97.5 KLAK.
Yeah.
4th down and 4 as we come back here at Ron Post Stadium. McKinney North has a big decision here. Obviously, it's punt time, you would think. 4th and 4 from your own 40-yard line with 1:25 left to go. Leading by 5 over Frisco Liberty. And Frisco Liberty having no way to stop the clock. They are running the ball very successfully, but they are not passing the ball very successfully. And they're not mixing it up at all. Frisco Liberty passing all through the first quarter, running all through the second quarter. And here's Bryson Long. He's going to boot this one away. A high spiraling, great kick. Going to be called for the fair catch at the 25-yard line. And a 36-yard punt. And the fair catch was called for by Corvellis Cage. A very smart move by Cage to just simply call for the fair catch at the 25.
And it feels so odd to say that because that should be basic, but how many times do we see a guy not call a fair catch in that situation or do something else? You call a fair catch, you get it right where the ball is instead of bouncing and going inside the 10, or he doesn't get slammed in a turnover.
Or at least, like Bill Parcells always said, at least catch the ball.
Right.
Just at least catch it.
And sometimes you don't even see that.
Here we go. 1st down and 10, left to right. 4 down lineman for McKinney North. Shotgun. This is Matt Clark rolling out to the left. Wants to throw on the run. Slings it out, and it's caught at the 30, making his way up to the 35 and out of bounds with 1:10 left to go in the half. Cameron Brown makes the catch for Frisco Liberty, and he'll stop the clock at 1:10.
Yeah, and that's a disaster because you get them a first down and they're at the sidelines and you let them get out of bounds. You need to tackle them in bounds.
12 yards on the play for Frisco Liberty. Clark in the gun again, bringing the receivers to the near side. Wants to roll out near side. Wants to run. Now he's got the 35, tucks it up 40, to the 45, to the 50, spins down to the 45-yard line in North Territory. Remember, no way to stop the clock here unless you spike it. There's a minute on the clock. They're going to move the sticks. As soon as they move the sticks, the clock will run. A 19-yard run for Matt Clark, the quarterback. On the stop was Deontay Moore. 1st and 10. Clock's rolling, 58 and rolling. Clark wants to roll right side, looking down the field, trying to get a block. It's a man in his face, and it's caught and dropped. A great play by the McKinney North secondary. Jonathan Lee comes over, and now a late flag at the 31-yard line.
Let that go.
This was on the very far side. A late flag came in.
Bare minimum, they got there at the same time, and that's legal. Well, I agree with Coach Pratt. He's out there on the 40 asking for some sort of explanation.
Well,
and the guy who threw it, you heard him say, you're on the other side of the field.
Yeah, it's hard to see that. Actually, that was Coach Pratt's argument that the official couldn't see that properly from where he was angled.
Well, if you're going to throw it from the far side of the field, how come no one on the side that's closest to it got it?
And it's the same official, David Tucker, the line judge, who's talking to Coach Pratt right now.
I mean, why didn't the line judge throw that? I'm curious.
We shouldn't have to mention the line judge name all night, shouldn't we? Here's Clark rolling out to the left, and Clark's going to run out of bounds at the 27-yard line, a gain of 5. And 42 seconds are remaining on the second quarter clock. Frisco Liberty trailing McKinney North 14-9, trying to punch it in. And that was a very, very costly mistake, apparently, by McKinney North.
Well, yeah, I'm not going to blame anybody on the secondary. They did that well, but I thought
it was a great play by Jonathan Lee. I really did.
I did.
There's Clark rolling left on 2nd and 5, slings it out, sidearm, and has his man, and it's caught once again by Brown as he goes out of bounds at the 37-yard line. I think we have another flag down. Clark kind of throws that ball at a sidearm position. You don't see that very often.
I will give credit to Liberty. They are running an efficient 2-minute offense with no timeouts. You got to not let them get in bounds, and if they run in the middle of the field, stop them before they get a first down. I mean, you have to do that. Ooh, chop block.
Yeah, we have a chop block against Frisco Liberty. You thought the last penalty was costly against McKinney North. How about this one? 15 yards against Frisco Liberty, backing them way back up to the 42-yard line. And, our statistician, Kevin McPherson, is calling for a makeup call. Says that one's a makeup call for the last one that McKinney North got called for. Here's Liberty rolling right. That's Matt Clark, quarterback, being chased down from behind. He escapes to the 35, to the 30, and slides down like he's sliding into second base at the 27-yard line. Clock's rolling, 24, 23.
Thank you for tackling him in the middle of the field.
Chris Allen playing the defensive end, the rush end. 3rd down and 7. Under center goes Matt Clark, looking for the play call. 14. Meanwhile, time is eclipsing off the clock. 10, 9, 8. From the gun goes Clark. Play clock to 13, but the real clock is at 4. 3. Gets it off. Rolling out left. He's under pressure. Now he's going to run, and he's tackled from behind. And McKinney North is going to escape the second quarter without Frisco Liberty scoring.
I take back what I said about that efficient 2-minute offense.
Wow, that penalty, the chop block, killed them.
But just an awful. I mean, they had 14 seconds left and got to the line of scrimmage. That's spiked the ball.
Well, I tell you what, Brandon, you said earlier, wondering what was going on with all those timeouts. They did spend 2 timeouts before their field goal that they got, but they could have used both of them right there. 14-9, we're at halftime. McKinney North over Frisco Liberty at Ron Poe Stadium. Back in a moment on 97.5 KLAK.
And, a lot of times it is. But I tell you, it almost seems to me that when you waste your timeouts, that's going to be even bigger. Because, I mean, you exactly saw it. You know why Liberty didn't score? No timeouts. I mean, it really is as simple as that. And if they have their timeouts, we may be looking at a field goal, totally different scenario. But we will get to the second half in just a moment. We'll take a quick timeout as both teams are on the field, huddled in their little inflatable helmet, Bulldog, which, depending on your side of the field, we'll have the second half coming up for you next here on 97.5 KLAK.
Welcome back to Ron Post Stadium. McKinney North Bulldogs making their way back on the field through their inflated Bulldog head, the big orange Bulldog face. They run right through the mouth, back on the field. Frisco Liberty on the far side, all in white. And North, obviously, all in blue at the home stadium.
You mentioned the Bulldog head. Sometimes I hate to see them run through the tunnel because at the end that means they deflate that thing, and it just looks so sad.
Yeah, droopy eyes.
It looks like my basset
It's
hound.
a Bulldog. It already has a little bit of a droopy eye look. Let's check down on the field with John Leidy. John, what do you got on the sidelines? The number 10. This is number 9 talking to number 10.
He's so stupefied. He doesn't know he's on the air, Monty.
John, go ahead and talk to us.
Guys, the Bulldogs just came in at halftime, and they're stretching the players out at the moment. I mean, Brent Gritton's down here, and he's stretching out, getting ready to take the ball on offense and score again. Back up to y'all.
All right.
Hi, George and Craig.
Thanks a lot. Thanks a lot, John. Well, if we've been making fun of John all night wearing the number 10. It stretched so tight that, I had some jerseys in my truck for tomorrow's flag football game in Howe for the alumni game, so I had to run down, and just in honor of John Leidy, I put on one of these old Howe Bulldog black jerseys, and it fits almost as tight as John's number 10 down here.
No, not even close.
By the way, Chris Davis, I believe the other number 10 for McKinney North that we were trying to search for.
Yeah, I know you would have it. It's just a matter of making sure that you don't run down to the truck to get your Howe Bulldog jersey when we need you.
Hey, hopefully we'll get to turn that victory light on tonight. Here's the JBS Express kickoff by Frisco Liberty. Brooker is going to be taken by Moore at the 5-yard line, trying to find some room and not finding a whole lot, as McKinney North will set up shop at their own 15-yard line, just underway here in the second half. 14-9, McKinney North over Frisco Liberty.
You have to run on a kickoff. You can't just wait because holes aren't going to open up.
What they're trying to do there, and I know it's frustrating to watch, but they're trying to run the wedge where everyone interlocks arms with the blockers, and the ball carrier is just trying to find something behind that little wedge. Sometimes it works. Most times it does not.
When it works, it's when they get penetration, and they haven't got any against this Frisco Liberty cover team.
First down and 10, right to left for McKinney North. And Aaron Matthews, the tight end, will go in motion. This is going to be a handoff to Josh Matthews, little brother, running right side. And he gets outside for about 4 or 5 yards before he's tripped up at the 20-yard line. So a gain of 5, or maybe 4, call it, on first down for first down Matthews. And it'll be second down and 6 or so here.
See, that's why on the kickoff, when you take that kickoff, you need to run upfield because they're not even at the 20 yet. And they got a decent gain on first down.
Matthews in the backfield along with Griffin. Phillips split out wide left. I thought I saw some movement up front, but apparently not. And now flags will fly from the back judge. And it'll be against McKinney North. They'll back this one up. Jamarius Phillips split out wide left for McKinney North. He has yet to really see a lot of action thrown his way. He has 1 catch this year for 41 yards. And Chris Allen will split out wide right. Kevin McPherson tells us that's 5 penalties for 33 yards on McKinney North.
All costly, too.
Josh Matthews moves in motion, and Griffin wants to roll right, and he's popped in the backfield back at the 10-yard line. A huge loss and a great play by Kelly Reed. The defensive tackle came up and really made a stop on Brenton Griffin, and he really popped him with 10:48 left to go in the third. 14-9, McKinney North in the lead, Brandon.
What happened to our first half offense? This is, other than the penalty, which we've seen before a little bit in the first half, there was no penetration by the offensive line. Neither Griffin or Matthews are finding holes, and on these first 3 plays, one being a penalty, they look totally off.
McKinney North, 2 out of 4 on third down, face a 3rd and 15 here. Matthews in motion, and Griffin wants to roll. Near side, in trouble, caught behind the line and sacked at the 3-yard line. Another stunt up the middle. by Frisco Liberty, and it's Torrey Smith, the nose guard, the 6', 195-pound sophomore nose guard, made the stop behind the line.
Boy, just an awful way to start this second half, and you're really hoping with the momentum they got in that first half that they would be able to come through and just do something. But other than the first down gain of 3 yards, they were just knocked backwards.
Well, my Hal Bulldogs are not doing so well this year, so I'm going to take off my Hal Bulldog jersey.
Boy, is there ever anybody who believes in the jinx more than sports people? It's got to be the jersey.
Bryson Long standing on the stripe back in the end zone. A high, wobbly kick going to bounce at about the 29-yard line. And McKinney North said it bounced off of Frisco Liberty, and they recovered it, but the official says no, and it'll be officially a 27-yard punt. So Frisco Liberty will take over possession at the McKinney North 31-yard line. Great job of field position play there by Frisco Liberty.
Yeah, and I thought for a minute, I don't know how much McKinney North believed it or how much I believed it. I thought it might have touched Liberty, but I think it did hit one of the Bulldogs. The problem was, Monty, that looked like that was shaping up to be a great bounce. And if that doesn't hit one of our players, who knows where the field position is now. Right now, Liberty just in a dream spot to start their first drive of the half.
1st and 10, and another quarterback. This is going to be Hill once again, who makes a jitterbug move right at the 30-yard line, and he goes down after about a 2-yard gain. And once again, they're switching out quarterbacks. Malcolm Hill under center that time. It'll be 2nd down and 9.
What a difference in first-year Frisco teams. You had Mosikowski at Centennial, and he's been there all 4 years. And now we've seen 3 different quarterbacks here for Liberty. They don't have anybody steady right now.
Under 9 minutes in the third quarter, 2nd down and 9. And Malcolm Hill runs to the left side, and he's popped by Emilio Diaz at the 30-yard line. A great play by the inside linebacker Diaz. The junior made a great stop on Malcolm Hill. No gain. It'll be 3rd and 8 with 8:42 and rolling in the third.
Desmond Wardlaw not going to get credit for anything on that play, but he made it. He had a chance to go after the quarterback, but he elected to try to turn him back inside because he was going to be at a bad angle. And by doing that allowed his teammate in pursuit to make the tackle.
Liberty 1 out of 5 on 3rd down. This is going to be Hill running to the left side again, flagged down. And Hill will make his way down to the 25-yard line before he's brought down by McKinney North. It's going to be against Frisco Liberty, and Brandon Helm says it's a hold. Adam Laudenslager on the stop.
Yeah, you might as well put that one in Las Vegas lights. It was so clear. But, Monty, here's what I'm asking you. Do you think this is going to be a penalty you want to take? Because if you decline it, it's 4th down, but they've got a 4th and 2. If you take it, you're looking at a 3rd and what would be about 18, and I think that's what I'm leaning for because they have the ability to run and get 2 yards easily, and at this side of the field, you almost expect it.
Marquell Shepard will check into the game, and I would kind of consider taking the penalty here.
I think I would too. Common conventional wisdom says you decline it and take the 4th down, but I'll take my chances at 3rd and 18 when it's at the 40 or so. Although I guess
there's a personal foul now that we missed.
No. Offsetting penalties.
And that's an automatic 1st down. So never mind.
Oh, here they took the penalty for Liberty, and then it was a dead ball personal foul, and I would like to know what happened because that goes back to boneheaded play.
I want to say
they said dead ball. It wasn't offsetting penalty, so it had to be dead ball foul.
Well, 1st and 10, nonetheless, for Frisco Liberty. Handoff up the middle, and a great play in the backfield. Conrad Ramquist. Or no, that was Laudenslager. Alex Laudenslager on the stop. A great play in the backfield.
He's one of the leaders on defense, Monty, and we need him to make more plays like that because he has the natural ability to be quick off that ball and get into the backfield, make a play like that.
That'll be a 5-yard loss. It'll be 2nd and 14 for Frisco Liberty. Left to right from the McKinney North 28-yard line. This is going to be Hill wanting to throw the ball, and he's knocked down. Wow, what a hit in the backfield.
Get away.
Tony Brown, I believe, was there. Wow. And if they don't stop, they're going to – no, it was John Beeman, I believe, who made the big hit. It was either Beeman or Tony Brown. There's a flag down now. We hope that wasn't against McKinney North.
It was a holding on Liberty and Monty. What I'd say, get away, he was celebrating right in the face of the quarterback. And that is the one position you don't celebrate in.
Well, let me set it up for you. Hill was rolling out to the right. He was kind of indecisive on when he was going to throw it.
Or
he
run.
dropped back, and he kind of pumped for a second, and as soon as he did that pump, Beeman was right in his face and just plowed him to the turf.
Well, and I don't know if he was jumping. That's why I don't know if he committed to running or passing or if he tried to make a decision. I mean, he was in an awkward position.
Matt Clark back into the game. 3rd and 22 for Frisco Liberty. Shotgun. Clark wants to roll left. Wants to throw on the run. Nowhere to throw to. Now he tucks it, and he's got a little seam inside the 30 to the 27-yard line. And it'll still be well short, maybe 12 yards of the first down. 7:18 on the clock in the third quarter. McKinney North leading 14-9. It was Marquell Shepard on the stop for McKinney North.
Yeah, and that was such a big hit going back to that Beeman because that gave you a little bit of momentum that you lost when you gave him that automatic first down. You kind of get a little down. And now they're back up and facing another 4th here.
4th and 13, and Frisco Liberty's going to go for it. Why not?
That's your call.
Clark in shotgun formation, 3 receivers to the right side. 1 man in the backfield along with Clark, who rolls right, wants to throw on the run. No pressure at all, throws it, and it is almost intercepted. It's dropped by Deontay Moore at the 3-yard line, and that's good because McKinney North will take over possession on downs.
Yeah, and the reason I call that a gutsy call, they don't have the ability to pass downfield. We've yet to see it tonight. Maybe one completion that wasn't a screen pass or anything like that. You know what? I might not be discontent with taking a punt here. Try to pin him inside the 10. You know, because you're not going to kick a field goal. That's too far for you. The likelihood of getting a first down is really low. Why not punt it?
Lots of praise down there for Marquell Shepard. We'll have John Leidy talk about it in a moment. On 1st and 10 for McKinney North from their own 26-yard line. Matthews in the backfield along with Brenton Griffin. And Matthews moves to the left. Double tight set. Handoff Matthews right up the gut. Left guard. Now he pops it out to the 30. He's still moving and spinning to the 35-yard line near a first down. A 9-yard gain on first down for Josh Matthews. Let's talk down on the sidelines with Jonathan Leidy. Old number 10. John, what do you got for us?
Guys, you cannot get away from Marquell Shepard or John Beeman, who had that perfect hit on the quarterback when he was trying to scramble out there. I mean, just the pressure that they were able to get on the quarterback there helped them. Back up to y'all.
All right, thanks a lot, John. 105 yards now for Josh Matthews. And McKinney North will stand back in shotgun formation. They'll call it a first down. Handoff Matthews, right guard, right up the gut, a big hole to the 45. Spun forward and down, crossed the 50. They'll actually say his knee hit at the 50. It was Kelby Reed, I believe, who grabbed him around the waist and slung him forward, and somehow Matthews kept his feet and kept rolling.
I don't do this very often. I'm going to give Liberty a hint. Don't sling tackle this guy. It's not going to work. He's got superior balance.
14 yards for Josh Matthews on the carry. There is an injured Frisco Liberty player down right at the 50-yard line. There's 6:09 left to go in the third quarter. McKinney North is leading 14-9 over Frisco Liberty. Silence in the crowd as the young man is down. We'll take a quick timeout. Be back in a moment on 97.5 KLAK. Daquan Desalandis is the injured player down on the field. He's now getting up, and he's limping on his left leg. Actually, he's putting all the pressure on his right leg, so there's something wrong with his left leg, and I know how that feels right now.
Well,
but he's making his way off to the sideline.
How does that feel, Monty?
It's not real good.
And for those who don't know, Monty tore his
Achilles
tendon, which, if you don't know, it's important.
Yeah, it's important enough to have surgery on, and oh well, here we go. 1st and 10 for McKinney North, right at the 50-yard line, moving right to left. This is going to be shotgun for Griffin, who hands off to Matthews up the middle. Another big hole, runs into one of his linemen, and then bursts forward almost to the 40-yard line, and they'll mark him at the 41. Another huge run by Josh Matthews right up the middle as Jamariel Gadlin makes the stop.
At this point, I run it up the middle every play until they prove they can stop it.
Matthews ran right in John Turner's back and bounced it out to the right, and it's 2nd down and 1. Matthews moves in motion again. He gets the hand again, right up the middle. And this time he's tackled by the shoestrings inside the 40 to the 38-yard line. Another first down, however.
Yeah, going back to that last play, Monty, you know your offensive line's getting penetration when you run into him 8 yards down the field.
Colin Barano, the linebacker, makes the stop.
You know, I mean, you get that guy getting that far down, you know he's doing his job when his blocker's still in front of him, his defender rather.
First and 10 for McKinney North, right to left from the Frisco Liberty 38-yard line. Liberty showing blitz. Now they back off. Aaron Matthews goes in motion to the near side. Handoff Matthews. Josh Matthews trying to find the outside corner. Can't do it. Brought down at the 40. A loss of 2 on the play.
Again, I say.
Looking for a block from his bigger brother, and he didn't find it that time.
Frisco overloaded to that side. They did a really good job. Just keep running up the middle until they prove they can stop it. I mean, it goes back to the Cowboys Super Bowl against the Buffalo Bills the second time. They ran 15 straight plays that were the same thing. Emmitt Smith up the middle, and the Bills couldn't stop it. Just keep doing something like that.
If they could have only changed that 4th and 1 load left call in 1995.
Right.
Oh, well. Kelby Reed was the man on that last play on the tackle. Second down and 12 now for McKinney North. They fake the hand to Matthews this time, and Griffin wants to throw it down the field for his brother Aaron Matthews, who makes the catch. That's the 3rd time that play's worked tonight. They'll mark him down at the 24 after a 16-yard pass and catch.
I won't be satisfied till he gets his touchdown.
3 catches for 45 yards for Aaron Matthews. Malcolm Hill will finally bring him down. The safety.
Well, if that's ever a mismatch right there, small little Malcolm Hill against big giant Aaron Matthews.
You know, they say Malcolm Hill is 5'11", 180.
That's generous.
Actually, no. They say 5'11", 175.
Still a little generous.
I don't see how. Here's Matthews up the middle, who churns for another 5 yards inside the 20 to the 19.
Yeah, but still, even at 175. That's a little bit of a mismatch against big Aaron Matthews.
I don't know why, but I think when I look at Malcolm Hill, I tend to think that he's bigger than that.
He's tall.
Well, here's everybody tight. 2 tight end set for McKinney North. Laudenslager and Aaron Matthews in at the double tight set, both off the line of scrimmage. The 2 receivers are on the line of scrimmage. 1 man in the backfield, that's Matthews. They fake the hand to him. Griffin rolls out to the right, wants to throw, and it's almost intercepted. Flag down from the line judge. Again, it's David Tucker, the line judge, who's by himself on the near side. All of the play was on the far side, and David Tucker calls ineligible receiver on McKinney North.
Well, I hadn't yet, but I tend to think that's the call. And Monty, let me retract something. When I look at Hill by himself, Malcolm Hill, he looks bigger. When he's next to Aaron Matthews, he doesn't look so big.
Maybe so.
That's what I think it is, because I was watching before that play, and he does look pretty big.
I think they're going to call John Turner on an ineligible man downfield.
Well, why are they talking it so? Oh, they're going to decline it. Okay. Well, are they? Oh, I don't know if that's a smart move.
I think the penalty is declined, as you hear there on the PA.
That's smart to you?
I don't know. It's 3rd down and 5, and the way Matthews has been running, I'm not sure that is the smart call.
Yeah. First-year coach, so I'm going to give him the benefit of the doubt. Let him find his style.
Well, you know, he's a defensive coordinator, has had lots of expertise, coaching under Brian Brazel for a long time at Hebron. And Matthews now moves to the right side of Griffin. Griffin wants to roll out right and wants to throw on the run, and he has his receiver, and it's caught by Chris Allen, and he goes out of bounds with the first down at the 9-yard line. So it comes up to be bad news for Coach Joe McBride over on the far side for Frisco Liberty as McKinney North turns out a first down.
Yeah, I mean, you really want to know my opinion? I think you might be judging which bullet you want to get shot by if you want to go for 2nd and 10 or 3rd and 5, because that's doable on either way. 3
catches for 35 yards for Chris Allen, and Laudenslager will check out of the game. This is a power I formation as Griffin goes under center. This is the old I formation. Handoff Matthews. No, a fumble at the 10-yard line, and I believe Matthews may have got back on it. No celebration by Frisco Liberty, although one player is pointing the other way, but now they'll say the ball was down, and actually Josh Matthews recovered his own fumble, but it'll be a loss of 2 back to the 11-yard line.
If that's the case, whoever that Liberty player was had a golden opportunity. He actually had it and forced Matthews out, and you never know what happens once that pile happens.
And now Tony Brown will check into the ball game instead of Laudenschlager. This is the 11th play of the drive for McKinney North. 2:37 left to go in the third quarter. McKinney North up 14-9.
They've sure turned out some big play, big clock time drives here in this game.
Shotgun for Brenton Griffin. Matthews moves to his left. Two tight end set. Handoff Matthews. Right tackle fighting his way through and not much doing there. He'll gain his way to the 7-yard line, and it'll be third down and goal from the 7. What do you do here, Brandon?
Keep running. I mean, you got to keep going to that golden goose.
On third and goal from the 7.
Do you want to take Josh Matthews out? I mean, I'm not going to discredit the guy.
Well, how about the Aaron Matthews play across the middle that's worked 3 times?
I'll go for that one if it gets him his touchdown. Either way, I mean, it's like, what do you want, a $50 bill or a 2 20s and a 10?
Griffin in the gun, moves Matthews to the left. He's going to roll out left, wanting to throw on the run. Looking in the end zone, firing in the end zone. Is it caught? It is. It's touchdown time in Texas. Jamarius Phillips, his first catch of the night, his second catch on the season, and it's a big one. 20-9, McKinney North leads with 1:41 left to go in the third, awaiting the PAT.
And that wasn't an easy catch. He was well covered. Griffin with a really solid throw right into the bread basket. Nice job by the Bulldogs. Really well executed.
Well, he went to the throwing well that time and got a pretty good drink. 1:41 left to go in the third. Here's Bryson Long for the extra point. And Griffin, the holder, puts it down. The kick is up, and the kick is good. 21-9, McKinney North in the lead over Frisco Liberty with 1:37 left to go in the third at Ron Post Stadium. Back in a moment on 97.5 KLAK.
97.5 KLAK.
Well, McKinney North has had the ball 23 minutes exactly. That's compared to Frisco Liberty's 11 minutes and 19 seconds. That's the total time of possession. Our Mike's Economy Transmission scoring drive recap for McKinney North. 13 plays, 74 yards, took 4 minutes and 58 seconds off the clock. McKinney North now has a 21-9 lead because of the Brent Griffin pass to Jamario Phillips for 7 yards and the score. The JBS Express kickoff is just about underway as Bryson Long will tee it up at the 40-yard line. The left-footed kicker will run to the football. A high pooch kick going to be taken. This is going to be Kyson once again. Runs all the way across the field this time to the 40. Look out. All the way to the 50-yard line. And that's going to be Kyson Flake, who has caught every one of the JBS Express kickoffs. This time he does something with it as it goes 27 yards all the way across the field. 1:29 left to go in the third quarter. Frisco Liberty will take over here at the McKinney North 48-yard line, trailing 21-9.
Yeah, I almost thought there might have been, and I'm going to lay off the speculation too much, but I thought there might have been an illegal block in the back on that one, which helped Flake get out.
We'll check down with John Leidy after this play. It's 1st and 10 for Frisco Liberty. As shotgun formation, Matt Clark will go back in shotgun this time, not Malcolm Hill. But Hill is in the slot to the right side. And Clark's going to hand off. No, he's going to fake the hand, run around left, and a man tripped him up in the backfield. A nice play by one of the, actually that's Laudenschlager, who got the initial hit around the feet. He fell forward back to the line of scrimmage. And it'll be second down and 10, maybe 9 for Frisco Liberty. Let's tell you what, right after this play, we'll check down with Jonathan Leidy. We didn't have time to getting back on the football pretty quick. Second down and 9 as we're under a minute now in the third quarter at Ron Post Stadium. 3 receivers to the near side. Frisco Liberty left to right, wants to throw the swing pass out to Kyson Flake, makes the catch, 45 to the 40, look out to the 35, grabbed around the shirt and finally brought out of bounds. It could be a late hit because the official over there likes to throw the flag, but they will not call the late hit out of bounds. It's a 16-yard pass and catch. Let's check down with Jonathan Leidy on the sidelines. It's kind of quiet here at Ron Post Stadium. Why?
It did get quiet, and actually that McKinney North offense lulled everybody to sleep with that running game, but only had to pass when needed to get the first down and the touchdown to Jamarius Phillips. So back up to y'all.
All right, thanks so much. 1st and 10 after that 16-yard pass and catch. He was slung out of bounds by Brandon Ramsey. Matt Clark will go in shotgun formation. with 46 seconds left to go in the third quarter. 3 receivers to the left. Griffin looks that way. Under pressure, Laudenschlager's got him from behind, and he knocks him down. Clark got away for a moment, but Tony Brown was right there to take him down. A big loss and a sack back in the backfield. A great play by the McKinney North front.
Yeah, like I said in the beginning part of this quarter, you need Alex to come through with your big plays. He's one of your leaders on this defense, and he's starting to get penetration. I think he's starting to figure out this offensive line, and this defense seems to be getting better as the game's going on.
Frank Hill will check out of the ball game. And into the game goes Stephon Hurd. Shotgun formation for Matt Clark. 9, 8, 7 seconds on the third quarter clock. I think they're going to let this one go down. 4, 3. Are they going to get it off? 2, 1. They get it off. Clark's going to roll out to the left. Wanting to throw. Now he's going to tuck it and run. 35-30. Look out to the 25-20. Makes a move to the 15. One man to beat. Down to the 5-yard line. Actually, 3 McKinney North defenders close in a hurry. John Alexander, one of them, in a 32-yard run, runs out the third quarter clock. 21-9, McKinney North in the lead over Frisco Liberty, but they're knocking on the door at the 5-yard line. Back in a moment on 97.5 KLAK.
How you doing this, Gene?
Well, is that a little fanfare from Texas Tech? I think that's Gene back in the studio having a little fun. Or was that? Oh, was that Texas? Oh, it was Texas. I don't know what I'm thinking. Gene.
You're smarter than that.
Well, I get, who knows? I thought Gene was having a little fun with his Texas Tech stuff as the quarterback will take it around the right side. We're here in the fourth quarter. No gain there. 2nd down and 4. As we just enter the fourth quarter. What? I don't know.
Well, you had the frown on your face, like, why are you playing this crap? And I was like, all right, he's
that's what I thought for a moment, and then I thought, oh, that's Gene, that's Texas Tech, and I thought.
Yeah, because Gene never plays Texas music.
Yeah. What am I doing? Thanks.
I just want a distance from both sides. That's my philosophy.
Here's Kyson Flake on the end around. It's a direct snap, actually. He goes into the end zone. He fumbles in the end zone, but they will call it a touchdown. A 4-yard touchdown for Kyson Flake on the direct snap. Bill Parcells apparently enters Frisco Liberty's playbook.
Well, they've had decent success running it. And by the way, there's a football game going on. You're not surprised to see something like that. And Monty, it kind of shocks me that Matt Clark sat so long on the sideline there. He's the only one who's had success with this offense.
Brooker on for the PAT, low snap. They dig it out, but it's blocked once again. This time picked up, and this is going to be Lee, and he'll be tackled immediately at the 15-yard line. And I believe once again, Deontay Hudson blocked it again. 11:15 left to go in the fourth, 21-15. McKinney North in the lead over Frisco Liberty. Back in a moment on 97.5 KLAK.
5 KLAK.
Well, I know that's not Texas. That's not anything to do with the Longhorns. That's Jimmy Vaughn. At least I know that much. All right, here we go. Or the Vaughn brothers, I should say. That's what that was.
Can I say hi to George and Craig for the second time today?
Can you hear that emergency brake? Just okay, here we go. 11:15 left to go in the fourth. McKinney North in the lead, 21-15. The Mike's Economy Transmission scoring drive recap. 5 plays, 48 yards, took 2 minutes and 9 seconds off the clock. And our score is 21-15 after a 4-yard Kyson Flake touchdown on the direct snap. This is going to be Deontay Hudson, who fields it at the 10-yard line, but when he caught it, his knee accidentally hit the turf, and McKinney North will take over at their own. They'll call it the 11-yard line.
Boy, this return team is struggling.
That was the JBS Express kickoff, and while we're waiting on the offense to come back out on the field, why don't we talk to John Loudy down on the sidelines. John, what do you got for us?
Yeah, the offense is fixing out on the field. The McKinney North Bulldogs are up by 6, so they're looking to still get some run production on the ground here and maybe a little bit of passing to put some more points there, because 6 I don't think it's going to be enough with only 11 minutes back. Defense is going through their group discussions right now, but we're going to send it back up to y'all.
Well, now the last several kickoffs. McKinney North has had it at the 17, the 16, the 16, and now the 12. Not good field position for McKinney North. Laudenschlager goes in motion. Griffin on the toss right side, Matthews, and he cuts it up a little bit to the inside, and now he's gang tackled at the 13. A 1-yard gain for Josh Matthews, not much doing there.
Monty, I wouldn't call it necessarily bad starting field position. I would call it an opportunity to string together a long drive.
Well, you know, McKinney North did have a 94-yard drive on their first drive of the night, so maybe they can do it again.
And they've had several long drives.
Well, they also had an 83-yard drive in this football game and a 74-yard drive. Griffin rolling to the right, wants to throw down the middle, and it is overthrown. Aaron Matthews was the intended receiver. He dove for it at the 29, and it was overthrown. So with 10:34 left to go in the football game, McKinney North leading 21-15. I'm sure McKinney Boyd is not leading tonight.
No, probably not. I'm not going to credit Griffin too terribly much. He got hit as he threw by Jamari Gladden, who came in on a linebacker blitz. So, I mean, that's a tough pass in that situation.
Only the third incomplete pass thrown tonight by Brenton Griffin as he stands in shotgun on 3rd and 8 from their own 14. Throwing, and it is caught by Chris Allen again at the 25-yard line. He always makes that catch right at the right by the sidelines, and good enough for a first down.
I'll take it, man. That's a beautiful pass. They have to work on that in practice.
There was a great article in the Dallas Morning News. If you missed it, it was about the Katrina evacuee feeling at home at McKinney North. It was all about Chris Allen, who moved to McKinney back in that time and has been here ever since. A shy kid. Took him a while to find some friends, but he made some on the football team, and now he's an outgoing guy. Handoff up the middle, Josh Matthews. The holes are getting smaller for McKinney North as he barrels his way for 5 yards. Now, 5 yards is a pretty good gain, but Josh Matthews is used to getting 7 or 8 or 9.
Yeah, and it has to work a lot harder for those 5 yards.
He is averaging 6.4 yards per carry coming into the night's football game, but more times than not, he has a big hole, at least tonight. 27 carries for 143 yards on the evening for Josh Matthews so far. 9:38 left to go. Brenton Griffin in the gun from their own 30-yard line. Griffin rolls left, throws left, and is caught by Aaron Matthews again to the 35 up to the 39-yard line. He'll be brought down after a 10-yard gain and a first down.
This is exactly what you want, Monty. You want to get down to a 2nd and 3rd down situation where you pick up the first down, because that means you really start to run that clock down.
Corvellis Cage makes the stop. Good to see him back in the game after he had an injury earlier. He'll make the stop for Frisco Liberty, trailing McKinney North 21-15. 9:15 to go. 1st and 10 for McKinney North from their own 40-yard line. Shotgun formation for Brenton Griffin. This is a double tight set, both off the line. One man in the backfield. Matthews moves to the left. Handoff Matthews, right guard, in trouble behind the line of scrimmage, and he's going to be brought down right at the line of scrimmage at the 40. No gain on the stop. The outside linebacker, Jamari Gadlin, is one of the guys there.
You know, Liberty's starting to do something really smart, Monty. They're not letting them run. They're like you said earlier, they're putting those 8 guys up, and the reason that's smart is because they know the Bulldogs want to run time off the clock, and if you can stop them, it's been a big if so far, and you know North doesn't want to pass. So it's kind of interesting to see what the give and take is.
John Beeman checks in for Trent Bladel on that offensive line. Matthews will stand behind and a little bit to the right of Griffin. Griffin on the run now to the right side, under pressure. He's going to tuck it, try to get away. A flag down. Might be a face mask at the 42-yard line. That's where Griffin went down. And we'll have to check. There's 2 flags laying right about the 38-yard line and another man down. And that's going to be Justin Flake, who is down on the field for Frisco Liberty. And that's the outside linebacker.
Yeah, he went down awkwardly with Griffin. Griffin got up pretty quick, but Flake didn't. The reason that Griffin went down awkwardly was because of the face mask. He kind of jerked him around a little bit.
Kevin McPherson tells us that Alex Laudenslager was wide open down the field, got behind the safety. Griffin just couldn't get it out to him. He was under pressure.
Yeah, I'd rather him not make a risky pass and do something like that than have a turnover or something.
Justin Flake, the man injured, still on the ground. We'll take a quick timeout. Back in a moment on 97.5 KLAK.
On 97.5 KLAK.
21-15, McKinney North in the lead over Frisco Liberty at Ron Post Stadium here tonight. And Justin Flake, the injured Red Hawk of Frisco Liberty, pops up and he'll jump off the field. And now it's 1st and 10 for McKinney North at the Frisco Liberty 42-yard line. This is going to be a handoff to Matthews up the middle, barreling his way through, carrying people down to the 30-yard line. Another first down for Josh Matthews. He was hit immediately and just kept carrying people. Is this Robert Newhouse?
Something. Thinking Earl Campbell even. Just dragging people. By the way, that was a 15-yard face mask on Brenton Griffin, which gave him that field position at the 40. And this is a great game-clinching drive right now. If they can just finish it off, it'll be perfect.
Frisco Liberty showing blitz on 1st and 10. Everybody coming. McKinney North stops, takes a look over, sees what the play is going to be. Griffin, he's going to call it. Now they're in motion, and they're going to hand off to Matthews, running right tackle, and for a moment had a big hole. Spun out of a tackle to the 25-yard line. Helmets are flying off, and Matthews gains 6 or 7 yards on first down. A great call by Sean Pratt, who saw the blitz coming. He just wanted to bounce it outside a little bit to the right.
That's the problem if you're Liberty with sending 7 people coming in on a blitz, because when you get behind the line, when you get past that first wave, you're going to get big yardage, and that's exactly what happened there.
10th play of the drive coming up here. They've taken 3.5 minutes off the clock, McKinney North has. They lead 21-15 over Frisco Liberty at Ron Poe Stadium. 2nd down and 4 after the 6-yard gain by Matthews. Left to right towards that north end zone. 6:46 left to go in the game. Griffin in the gun. 2 tight ends. He hands off to Matthews, who bounces it out to the left side, now cuts it back inside in trouble. He should have stayed left. And it'll be 3rd down and 2 for McKinney North. That's one of those things where you see the running back when he gets the carry, and we up here can see all kinds of turf to the left side. It's a different angle on the field.
Yeah, and sometimes a running back can actually run himself into a tackle. And that's not necessarily it's a bad idea because it gets you into a 3rd down, which means that the clock keeps running and hopefully you'll pick up the first here.
5 out of 9 on 3rd downs for McKinney North. It's 3rd and 2 here. 6:06 on the clock. Griffin wants to throw, and he's got Aaron Matthews at the 15. Stumbling his way down the sideline inside the 10 to the 8-yard line. Aaron Matthews has been on fire tonight catching the football.
Well,
16 yards on the pass and catch.
Brings in everything that's thrown to him. I don't care where it is. It could be an ugly pass. If he gets a solid hand on it, he's bringing it in.
Nick Slaughter, the outside cornerback, or the near side cornerback, finally pushes him out of bounds, but Matthews on the night is having a career night. Coming into tonight's game, 3 catches on the year.
Oh, he's already more than doubled that.
He had 3 for 89 coming in. He's got 6 for 79 tonight. This is going to be a handoff to Matthews, met in the backfield and going nowhere. Nice stop by the outside linebacker. Jamaria Gadlin will tackle Matthews behind the line of scrimmage, and now it'll be 2nd and goal from about the 10.
And he's got so many yards on and I use that term loosely with only 3 catches because one of those was almost the length of the football field.
We're going to talk to John Leidy down on the sideline. John, you've got a great look at this. What would you do?
Guys, if I was Coach Pratt, I'd keep running this ball right here and settle. If it has to, you can settle for a field goal. That'll put you up by 9, and with only 5 minutes to go, back up y'all.
All right. Shotgun formation for Griffin. Matthews in motion behind, and he's going to try to block for Griffin on the run in the end zone. It's caught by Phillips. It's his 2nd touchdown of the night. It's touchdown time in Texas, and Jamarius Phillips brings it in for the 2nd time this evening. 10-yard touchdown from Brenton Griffin to Jamarius Phillips, who was split out wide left.
Actually, it's John Alexander. 24.
Oh, no. Okay.
It's on the far side, so it's hard to see, and those numbers are very similar.
Well, I apologize to John Alexander. And now, yep, there's a timeout. McKinney North, they want to talk this one over. 5:10 left to go in the 4th, 27-15. North in the lead over Frisco Liberty. Back in a moment on 97.5 KLAK.
ISD football on 97.5 KLAK.
Welcome back to Ron Poe Stadium. An impressive drive for McKinney North. On the Mike's Economy Transmission scoring drive recap, 13 plays, 88 yards, 6 minutes and 16 seconds off the clock on that drive. Brandon, you wanted a long drive.
I was about to say, it was an opportunity for a game-clinching drive, and they got a touchdown, took lots of time off the clock.
Yeah, I'm looking for a play-action pass here.
And John tells me they're going for 2. He's saying they're going for 2, expect a play-action pass. Interesting.
My apologies to John Alexander. I gave it to Jamarius Phillips. So they're going for 2 here. McKinney North moves Matthews in motion to the left. They fake the hand to him, rolling right under pressure into the end zone, and it's caught for the 2-point conversion. Emilio Diaz, the fullback, sneaking out in the flat, makes the catch about 2 yards deep in the end zone on the near side. And now the 2-point conversion makes it 29-15 with 4:53 left to go in the game. Back in a moment on 97.5 KLAK.
Everything you need
Doesn't
to
get
create
any
the perfect
easier than that for
landscape,
Emilio.
it's JBS Express.
We're clear, guys.
Yes, what it was.
My farts are clear. Thank you very
distracted.
much.
Wow.
Oh, please, Monty. You fart more than anybody in this room by double.
Oh, you got to be kidding me. Hey, did you hear Fat Joe left Atlantic?
Couple times,
seconds.
yeah.
I can't believe the guy in the elevator.
To meet the financial
He was like,
needs of our customers,
I was
by
about to
providing
walk
the
out. He goes,
best
hey,
products and
did
personal
you hear Fat Joe left
services.
Atlantic?
Today, that purpose remains our number one priority.
I would have said,
Texas
yeah, a
Star
couple
Bank will
times.
help you reach your financial goals. To learn more, visit our website or one of our convenient locations. You will see why we have successfully served our
Dude,
customers
what? This guy
for
sounds like
nearly
he's high.
120 years.
Or slow.
Visit us at TexasStarBank.com. Member
This is not a
FDIC.
rooster again. Oh. That's tech, Monty.
Hey, I smell sopapillas. Anybody? Or is it tortillas they throw out there? Oh, they don't do that anymore. They got in trouble for that. No more tortillas out
Yeah,
in
they
Lubbock.
talk Pirates.
5:10 left to go in this football game. 29-15. McKinney North in the lead over Frisco Liberty Redhawks on that drive. For McKinney North, 13 plays, 88 yards. We gave this to you a moment ago. Mike's Economy Transmission scoring drive recap. 6 minutes and 16 off the clock, 27-15 after the 29 after the 2-point conversion. It's a 10-yard touchdown Griffin to John Alexander, not Jamarius Phillips. And we're just about ready for the JBS Express kickoff.
It would have been a good storyline if you did, 2 touchdowns on 2 catches.
Yeah. It was set up nicely. Here's the left-footed kick. Bryson Long will kick it away, and it'll be fielded at the 10-yard line. Making his way up is McQuay, and he'll go down at the 25-yard line at the left hash. 5:04 left to go in the game. 29-15, McKinney North in the lead, and trying to wrap this one up. And we'll see what kind of offense is displayed by Frisco Liberty here, as they've been erratic with the offensive play formations and callings. Galen Zimmerman is the offensive coordinator for Frisco Liberty. They came out tonight and basically threw the football 8 or 9 straight plays to open the football game. They didn't do anything with it except give it back to McKinney North. McKinney North scored, and then they decided they're going to run the football, and they ran it for 7, 8, or 9 straight plays.
And it worked.
And they were successful with that, and they've kind of gone back and forth since. You would think they'd run the football all night long. This is Clark. He's going to throw the swing pass out to Flake, Kyson Flake, and this play has worked all night. 40, look out to the 50, down the sidelines, and he steps out of bounds at about the 42-yard line. They'll actually mark it at the 40. They'll give it a 35-yard pass and catch to Kyson Flake. Now he plays the inside slot. There's 3 receivers on the right. He's on the inside. They basically run him down the side or down the line of scrimmage, and Clark throws the swing pass out to him, and he's all alone.
And the reason that he's all alone is because they're in a zone coverage with only 2 guys out there, so there's immediate blockers on those guys.
4:56 here to go in the game. 29-15, McKinney North in the lead. All the 3 receivers are to the near side. They run the same play over here. A great block, and now Kyson Flake is going to roll down to the 25 to the 20 and escapes a couple of fenders to the 15. There is a flag at the 27-yard line. I don't believe it was on the block that we thought could be in the back, but it may be a different block downfield. Laudenslager getting up slow. He's walking his way down the field and obviously having some kind of strain on his right ankle or something there, as Aaron Matthews will check into the game.
Yeah, and it might be an illegal block, Monty, because that's been borderline all day. They're going to get holding on him. And since it's a downfield hold, it's going to be from the spot of the foul.
Well, the flag was thrown at the 27-yard line. The referee, Michael Woodard, was looking back to see where the flag was thrown, so we'll hopefully see where they spot the ball and see if they get it correctly.
You're right. It's at the 37, so it wasn't that block that we thought. I'm going to tell you, it's getting really close to being an illegal block in the back.
First down and 10 on the scoreboard. It's actually first down and 7 here.
And see, Monty, look, they've got only 2 defenders out there on those 3 receivers. I wouldn't be surprised if they run that play again.
Well, they motioned to run to the left side this time, and Clark's going to try to tuck it and run. Now he finds the far side and lots of room over there. Chased down by Tony Brown. He breaks that tackle and goes down at the 30-yard line. Problem is, that's where he needed to get for a first down. They'll move the sticks for Frisco Liberty, and he's finally brought down, I believe, maybe by Frank King, and now it wasn't Tony Brown, because Tony Brown missed a stop, and I believe that was it was Malik Bowen who made the stop.
Oh, looks like they're about to do the playoff, and then they do that step back. Well, hold on.
3 receivers to the left. Kyson Flake again on the same play to the near side. He makes the catch on the swing pass and barrels his way down to the 22-yard line. Kyson Flake, 6 foot, 190 pounds, looks like a standard tight end, but he runs that inside slot, so he's kind of like a miniature version of Jason Witten.
Yeah, and maybe Darrell Johnson coming out of the flat. On the previous play, Monty, they missed an obvious block in the back, but I'm not going to give him a little flack for it because it was around a bunch of people and happened on the back of the back judge.
Clark rolls out to the right, wants to throw down the field, and it's caught and dropped. He had his man wide open, but he caught it and then dropped it, and that's Sadiq Thomas at about the 15-yard line. Would have been easily enough for a first down. He had it in his breadbasket, and it just fell to the turf.
Yeah, right now the zone defense not working for McKinney North.
Timeout. McKinney North will take 1-2. 3:43 left to go in the game. 29-15. McKinney North in the lead over Frisco Liberty. Back in a moment on 97.5 KLAK.
97.5 KLAK.
Kyson Flake for Frisco Liberty has 6 catches for 101 yards on the night. He had a 61-yarder called back. All of those 6 catches and 7, the one that got called back, are the same play. They're all the swing pass. They've run it to either side, but it's the same play.
Yeah, it's because they're in that zone coverage, and John tells us here they're going into a cover 3, which is a more man-style defense to try to eliminate that.
McKinney North has been great on third down tonight, allowing Frisco Liberty only 1 out of 7 on third. This is 3rd and 3. Clark rolls to the right, wants to throw, looking for somebody. Now he's going to run. He's got the 20, and he has a first down. So now 2 out of 8 on third down for Frisco Liberty. And this one may get exciting. 3:34 left to go, 29-15. McKinney North in the lead. Tony Brown on the stop there, but Frisco Liberty trying to make some noise here at the end of this football game.
Yeah, and time's going to become an issue. The difference is, though, they have their 3 timeouts this time, whereas they wasted it in the first half.
Clark rolls to the left side. Lots of blockers, and he throws it, and it's in and out of the hands of Kyson Flake this time. He couldn't haul it in at the goal line. And that'll bring up 2nd down and 10 with 3:23 left to go.
Wasn't a swing pass. He's not used to it.
That's the first time. Yeah, it's the first time he's been thrown to other than the swing pass. 3:23, clock stops with the incompletion. It'll be 2nd down and 10 at the 17-yard line of McKinney North. One man in the backfield is McQuay, standing next to the quarterback Clark. 2 receivers to either side, including Hill in the slot to the left. Shotgun, they roll that way to the left side. Clark wants to throw in the end zone, and once again, Thomas couldn't haul it in. Not his fault this time. The ball was up and over his head. He did get both hands on the ball, way up over his head, but he couldn't haul it in. It goes through his hands and goes back into the end zone, incomplete.
And it probably would have been a lot easier for him to bring it in if it was just straight over his head, but it was also at an awkward angle for him, a little bit behind him too, and there's not a harder pass to catch that I can think of.
9 out of 18 passing for Clark. He has had 4 drops tonight. 3:18 left to go in the game.
That's actually better than I thought it would be.
3rd down again. 2 out of 8 for McKinney North. On defense, stops. It's 2 out of 8 on offense, obviously, for Frisco Liberty. 3 receivers to the near side. Watch the swing pass. 1 man in the backfield. They roll that way. Looking to throw on the run is Clark down in the end zone, and Kyson Flake makes the catch right at the 1 yard line, is brought down at the 1. A nice play by a defender, Josh Matthews, to make sure that Clark or that Flake does not score, but it's a nice play.
Josh,
16 yards.
Josh Matthews trying to do his Cameron Mazur impersonation, now making big plays on both sides of the ball, keeping out of the end zone.
Clark goes under center now. He tries to fight his way on the sneak for the end zone. No signal yet.
Oh, I thought he got in.
Apparently he did not get in. That's unbelievable.
Yeah, I'll take it. I thought he was in.
That's unbelievable how he didn't get in there.
It is where the ball is, not where your helmet is. And from here, it's tough for us to judge where that ball is.
11th play of the drive.
But it does keep that clock moving.
2:44 to be exact. This is a quarterback sneak again. This time he's in for the touchdown. So the extra point will put us on track. 29-21 right now, awaiting the PAT. It was a 1 yard touchdown for Matt Clark.
I almost expect to see an onside here after this one, because I don't know if you've got faith in your defense to stop the Bulldogs. Because on any, they're not going to pass it unless the situation warrants.
Yeah, I would expect. Well, I don't know.
Do you think even with 3 timeouts that they can stop them?
I think they may kick it off. I think we have an updated score.
All right.
McKinney High 44, Frisco 27, with 5 minutes left to go in the game. Here's Brooker, and they're trying to get. Oh, they got 12 men on the field. Frisco Liberty got caught with 12 men on the field. One was trying to escape, running as fast as he could off the field, and they couldn't get him off in time.
I will say this is one of the better first-year programs I've seen
ever.
But
for
there
me,
are clearly mistakes that you would expect a first-year team to make. I mean, you look at Boyd's first year, and this is obviously nothing like it. Nothing.
No, and even McKinney North way back in 2002. They won their first game, but then they lost their last 9.
Yeah.
And I believe John Lighty was on that team, number 10 down there, stretching that uniform out. 2 minutes, 40 seconds left. Here's the PAT that's way back at the 15-yard line. And what virtually is a 25-yard field goal is now a PAT. And Brandon says there's a penalty flag on the field.
Yeah, we've gotten a false start on the kicking team. And now this
is starting to be big here. Now Brooker's a good kicker, but he's kicking about virtually what's going to be a 30-yard field goal here.
Yeah, and remember, North went for 2 to make it an even 7-7 matchup, and if this extra point is missed because of these penalties,
that's huge.
Yeah, because now you have to go for 2 if you score again and the other team doesn't.
Well, they'll spot the tee at the 20. That means a 30-yard extra point for Stephon Brooker.
It is in the middle of the field, though, so that helps.
Takes 3 steps back, steps over 2. Snaps down, it's on the tee, the kick's up, it's a low line drive, and it hits the right crossbar, it's no good. It bounces off the crossbar and back into the end zone. 29-21, McKinney North in the lead, 2:32 left to go in the game. Back in a moment on 97.5 KLAK.
SD football on 97.5 KLAK.
The Mike's Economy transmission scoring drive recap, 11 plays, 75 yards for Frisco Liberty. Takes 2 minutes and 29 seconds off the clock. The 2 penalties costly for Frisco Liberty as they missed the extra point right off the right crossbar, and that brings us to our score 29-21 after the 1 yard touchdown by Matt Clark. Here's the onside kick, and it's going to be short of where it needs to go, and it's going to go out of bounds. McKinney North will take over. New score and a final score in District 9-4A, and this one we can say District 9-4A because there was no D in this one. McKinney is a winner tonight, 51-27 over Frisco. So congratulations to the McKinney Lions.
After what's happened the last few weeks, I'll take giving up 27 points.
The Lions moved to 2-4 on the year, but more importantly, 2-1 in district.
Well, what an awful onside attempt. That's the problem with the football. You can do it perfect in practice 100 times, but because that ball is shaped so awkwardly, you do the same thing, and it makes you look like you don't know what you're doing. I didn't even go close to 10 yards. And just because it took a bad bounce. And it's really no more than that.
Okay, let me set this up. This is Jamarius Phillips, split out wide left, okay?
Okay.
All right, 2 minutes and 37 seconds left to go in the game. Double tight formation, and Griffin's going to toss right. That's Matthews, has a big hole, and he's banged down at about the 36-yard line. They'll mark him at the 35. And it'll be a 5-yard gain on first down to bring up 2nd and 5. Clock still rolls with 2:23 with an 8-point lead for McKinney North.
I tell you, I bet the Red Hawks are looking for a stop that's not 5 yards down before they take their first of 3 timeouts.
Still strange to hear Red Hawks.
I know.
You don't, obviously Frisco Liberty, the new school, it's not something we're familiar with as the Red Hawks.
Well, it's not a whole lot of Red Hawk influence in Texas.
33 carries for Matthews, 164 yards on the night. He'll probably get the handoff here, and he does, right guard, and he'll bust through for about another 2 or 3 yards to the 33-yard line. Timeout's been called by Frisco Liberty. We'll keep it right here. 29-21. North in the lead over Frisco Liberty at Ron Post Stadium. 1:47 left to go as our spotter, Michael Parker, tells us that Colin Barino made the stop right there on that last play.
Going back to the Red Hawk thing, I'd be curious. I wonder how they came up with that nickname. I mean, because like I said, there's not, Red Hawk is more of an influence in the Midwest part of the area. Maybe
Oklahoma.
A little bit in Oklahoma. But I'm not sure the tie here to Frisco, maybe it could be something like the school's founder was, I'd like to know how they came to it because, I first saw that for the very first time a few months ago, and I was kind of thinking to myself how odd that was.
We're trying to find some more scores for you. Maybe looking up north, maybe we'll have a Sherman and Denison score coming up in District 9 4A. If Gene has those back at the studio, he'll pass them along to us, and we in turn will pass them to you as we're trying to figure out how this 9-4A is shaping up here in 2008. Denison
naked boot lift
obviously is seems to be the powerhouse. 3rd and 3, and John Leidy, as you hear, said they're going to run the naked bootleg. 1:47 left to go in the game. Griffin in motion, or actually Matthews in motion. Griffin's going to fake the hand, and they will run the bootleg. Griffin, now he wants to throw down the field. Guess who? Aaron Matthews again. First down at the 20-yard line. Aaron Matthews, 14 yards, and his 7th catch of the night. And I don't think there's any question Aaron Matthews is our player of the game tonight. And I know John Leidy will probably try to find him after this football game.
But he's just had a phenomenal night. I mean, more than doubled his season average for catches. And Monty, why haven't they thrown to this guy more? I mean, those are solid hands.
Aaron Matthews, he did something to his leg. He's trying to get off the field. Tony Brown will now check in. Matthews did take a little pop at the end of that play, and Brown will check in at the other tight end slot. They run a 2 tight end formation here, so Laudenslager also in. 5 down linemen for Frisco Liberty. They're going to toss left side. Matthews cuts it inside. He's got the 15. And he lowers his shoulders and bangs his way to the 12-yard line. We are now at 1:04, and a timeout has been called. And it's been taken by Frisco Liberty. We're going to take one, too. 1:04 left to go in the game. 29-21. McKinney North in the lead. Back in a moment on 97.5 KLAK. Welcome back to Ron Post Stadium, where McKinney North leads 29-21 over Frisco Liberty, the new program. Liberty on the year came in tonight 3-2, 1-1 in district. They will fall to 3-3 and 1-2 in district. North was 1-4 and 1-2. They will move to 2-4 and 2-2 in district. Here's a handoff to the right side. Is that Matthews trying to fight his way to the right corner? Stops at the 5, cuts it in left side. Is he in? It is touchdown time in Texas. A tremendous cutback at the 5-yard line, and 14 yards later, he's into the end zone.
He was cut back to stay in bounds. He was even seeding a tackle, but somehow he's able to find just a big seam over pursuit by the Red Hawk defense, gives Matthews the lane, and just open green. Man, he's fun to watch. And he didn't do that to try to score. He was trying to just stay in bounds to keep the clock running, just playing solid, fundamental football. What a job.
Okay, you want to talk about a fan? All right, we'll do it when we come back. 56 seconds left to go in this game. Bryson Long is on for the PAT. And the left-footed kicker is going to bang this one through, and it's good. 35-21. Actually, 36-21. Under a minute left. Back in a moment on 97.5 KLAK. The Mike's Economy transmission scoring drive recap. 5 plays, 40 yards for McKinney North. Took a minute 46 off the clock. And after the 14-yard touchdown by Josh Matthews, that brings our score 36-21. McKinney North in the lead. And we await the JBS Express kickoff by Bryson Long. We may have some information on why the Red Hawks are called the Red Hawks. Here's a pooch kick. It's going to be taken by Kyson again. And that's going to be Kyson Flake up the right side, and he's down at about the 43-yard line, still in Frisco Liberty territory. Spencer Rogers makes the stop. Okay, so I get a text message a minute ago from my mother, who apparently is listening to you, Brandon, because Brandon called out for why the Red Hawks are called the Red Hawks, and my mother had an explanation, or maybe she has an idea anyway. And she says that there are a lot of red-tailed hawks in the area of Frisco.
It's probably the best reason I could think of.
And that they're very mean.
Well, this team's definitely not.
Well, here's Clark on the run to the right side. Wants to throw it down the field. Is caught for a first down and banged out of bounds. That is Wink Alexander.
I like that name.
Who knocks the ball carrier. I'm not sure if he knocked him out of bounds. It's a first down. We'll see. I didn't see the indication that the clock stopped.
He was out.
Brandon Nelson, the man on the reception there. It'll be a first down. Clock is rolling, so they did say that he didn't get out of bounds.
He went he made the signal, so I don't know.
Yeah, but it's a first down, so they did stop the clock to move the sticks. So 32 seconds now. Clark is going to roll to the left and throw on the run, and once again out of the hands. This time Cameron Brown can't hold it in.
Wow.
And it kind of bobbles off his hands and goes out of bounds on the near side.
All right, since you got a text message, remember last week we asked for emails from our listeners? Did we get any?
We got a few.
Oh, good. I was expecting the worst.
We got a lot of I've had a lot of people telling me since I don't know what was it, Wednesday. A lot of people since have heard that Fat Joe left Atlantic.
Who?
Yeah, we've heard about that a little bit.
Yeah, a few times.
Here's Clark under pressure, rolling. Now he's going to run up the middle. 45-40, lowers his shoulder, and Emilio Diaz takes him down at the 38-yard line. 17 seconds on the clock. It's still rolling here.
See, that's much better. They tackled him in the middle of the field before he got the first down. That keeps that clock rolling.
Deontay Hudson checking into the football game. Another timeout has been called by Frisco Liberty. There's 16 seconds left on the clock. McKinney North is going to advance in this football game to their second win on the season.
And the first in district, which is really the more important one because that determines if you go to the playoffs or not.
So we heard that McKinney High won 51-27. How about McKinney Boyd? Not so much. They lose tonight to Allen 42-0, but that was to be expected. Allen, a premier powerhouse 5A football team. McKinney Boyd, tasting its first little sip of 5A.
Going back to last year, Allen was upset in the first round of the playoffs when they expected to have a big run, and that was by a Skyline team that was pretty good, and they upset them. So, that tells you the caliber of team you're dealing with. They're about as good as you get in this area.
3rd down and 3 for Frisco Liberty here, trying to convert. This game's just about over, but the crying. 16 seconds left to go. Shotgun formation for Clark, who's going to roll right. Gets a block from McQuay, and he slings it back to the throwback to the center, who throws it down the field. All the way a nasty-looking pass, but it's caught by Hill.
Are you
with
kidding?
7 seconds left to go. Malcolm Hill in the end zone brings the pass in. It was actually the left guard, Chris Supernat, threw the ball down the field. 38-yard pass from the left guard.
You unveil that play now when you're down 2 scores with 7 seconds left at the end of it? It was a fun play. But there might come a time where you're playing Centennial or the Raccoons or something like that, and you need 1 touchdown, and they're going to be expecting it.
Well, they beat the Raccoons last week, but you're right. They're going to need that maybe down the road. 2-point conversion time for Frisco Liberty, trying to throw it in the end zone, and it is knocked away. A great play in the end zone, and it is intercepted. Emilio Diaz has it to the 20, down the sidelines, 30, to the 40, gets a block, trying to get another one down the 50, and steps out of bounds at the 45. They didn't see it, and he finally is drug out of bounds at the 27-yard line. 7 yards deep in the end zone. It runs out the clock.
No, there's still 7 seconds because this doesn't count in game time. The scoreboard operator let that run off. There's still 7 seconds left. Although, by not getting that 2-point conversion, it's a moot point.
There was a man down. Clark, the quarterback, is slow to get up. His chest is injured apparently, but he is walking off. McQuay is helping him. And also Corvellis Cage is helping him off the field.
Well, if that doesn't add insult to injury, I don't know what does.
Wow, what a play by Emilio Diaz. And the secondary back. So there is 7 seconds left to go in the game.
Shouldn't that expression be that adds injury to insult?
Yeah, maybe
Did
a
I say
little
that
bit.
Wrong? Okay.
I'll tell you what, John Leidy, John and his big number 10 down on the sideline. John, talk to us a little bit. How about that play?
Guys, that was a great play by the defense there. Almost ran back for the 2 points there, but you're looking for the hands team on the field here just to recover the ball. I mean, there's 7 seconds on the clock. They will have to run a play no matter what happens here. You just got a great effort by the McKinney North Bulldogs tonight, and they just came out and had fun the whole game long. They were just having fun, and there were some mistakes made in the first half, and they were coached up in the second half to where they weren't so visible in the second half. And I know the coaches got to be happy tonight. This will be the first game that we have broadcast that a McKinney team has won other than the Crosstown Showdown. And I'm going to talk to Coach Pratt about that and see also if he thinks this number 10 jersey is good luck. But we're going to send it back up.
All right, thanks, John. I got one more question I'll ask you here in a moment after this onside kick. And this one's going to be a little bit better kick. It's going to be taken by, I think, recovered by Tony Brown. Hey, John, I got one more question. You were down there at the extra point, down around the end zone. You made it pretty quick to the 40-yard line where you're standing now. Was that you sprinting down the field? Is that number 10? Does that give you extra speed or what?
It's the speed, guys. I think it's that 7-second 40 speed, I guess. I don't know. I mean, I'm going to also try to talk to Brenton Griffin about unhitching that trailer on that 70-yard run there. So we'll get to see if we talk to him after the game also.
All right. All right, thanks, John. 7 seconds on the clock. They'll get in the victory formation, McKinney North will, as this one is in the bag. 36-27. McKinney North will win tonight for the second time this year. This one over Frisco Liberty, the first-year program, but this is a pretty good first-year program.
One of the best I've ever seen.
Hey, how about a shotgun formation on the victory formation, and he fumbled the snap. It was a bad snap. He had to go back and fall on it, and that's the end of the play.
If
that's
Liberty
the end of the game.
was rushing, they might have gotten that one.
Wow.
Awkward ending.
That is a very awkward ending. 36-27, a good ending for McKinney North if you're a McKinney North fan. Back in a moment on 97.5 KLAK.
Oh, thanks.
At North Texas Orthodox.